Ooh, love notes. Love notes. Okay. That's right. Okay, here you go, Brad. And then Ray, I'll give you one too. Yeah, you're welcome. There you go, Ray.
Yeah. Listen. So, oh no, you're good. My bad. I thought you're fine.
Okay,
You
thanks.
know more than me.
No, I'm just a quick study.
So I'm gonna leave your mic on the whole time, but I'll mute you so
Okay.
that you don't. So it's just on the top there. Just switch it to on. On.
Yes, now I'm on. Right, so I'm just going to turn it off if I have to mute.
Right. If you ever have to cough, if you ever have to.
Yeah.
Test, test, test.
Testing.
Welcome to the 8th Grand Prix event of the season, the Duane Hayden Long Island Invitational, brought to you in part by local support from Long Island Platform Tennis League, Axiom Markets LLC, the Dario family of musical brands, and APTA national sponsors Viking, Save-A-Tree, and Uline. We are live at the Huntington Country Club on Long Island, New York on the APTA network, presented by our live stream production partner, eNet Live. I'm Patty Hogan alongside Brad Easterbrook and Ray Croster to bring you an exciting round of 16 matchup between Rob Bakker and Tyler Fraser and the number 3 seeds, John Hughes and Mark Powers. I'm going to throw it over to Brad to tell us about the players.
Sure. On the far side of the net, Patty, we have Rob Bakker on the deuce side, walking into the net right now with a Wilson paddle, all black, and his partner is Ryan Fraser. Both are from the Cincinnati area. Rob Bakker was a former teaching pro. Ryan is a teaching pro. And he has the yellow paddle on the far side. And on our near side here, we have our third seed. And why don't you tell us about them, Ray?
Thanks, Brad. On the near side in the light blue shirt with the Wilson paddle, we have Mark Powers and his partner John Hughes is in all black. Lefty playing the deuce side. They have solidified their third, being the third best team in the country. No one's even close to them. They seem to beat everybody except the top 2 teams. I don't think they've beaten them yet, so they normally beat everybody they should. They're very explosive, especially Mark Powers. He can hurt you off both sides. John's got a hammer of a forehand. I'm excited to watch this. And Bakker, obviously very experienced. He's been in the semis and nationals before. I don't know a whole lot about Tyler, but everybody's raving about him. Up and comer. Played. I saw a little bit of him on the live stream in Chicago, so I'm excited to watch this match.
Oh, absolutely. Ryan Fraser is or Tyler Fraser. He actually has 2 names, but is an up-and-coming player. Absolutely, he gets around the court very well, very fast. He's only really been playing in earnest for about 2 years, and he's learning really well from Rob Bakker. This is a tough team. It's dynamic. They get around the court really well. Both have great forehands, but I'm not sure they're going to have the weaponry at the net, the cuts and the spins and the things and the basic dynamic play that Hughes and Powers have. But we'll have to see. If they return well and put some pressure on them, they might have a chance to get a foothold in the match. But this is going to be an interesting round of 16 match. Patty, do you see anything else in this one?
Well, I think you covered it nicely, and I did have the opportunity to be in Chicago and watch Tyler Fraser, and he is explosive, talented. I mean, their time has come, and I think the veteran savviness that Bakker brings to the table, combined with some youthful legs, Brad and Ray, we know that goes a long way. Can we talk briefly about the draw and how these guys got here to the round of 16?
Yeah, absolutely, Patty. In the draw, Powers and Hughes are our third seed, and as Ray mentioned, they are basically a lock hold on third place, and they've only really lost in the last year and a half to either Broderick and Palmer or an incarnation of Orion Morneau or Orion another partner, and Durant and Parsons, who we haven't seen yet this year. So those are the only teams they've actually lost to. But as Ray said, they haven't broken through. They've had a fairly routine round of 32 match against Grant and Janicek, and they won 6-1, 6-1. And Bakker and Fraser, they won their round of 32 match against the Chicago team of Cunnington and Shockley, 6-2, 6-4. So both teams will be fresh. Fitness isn't going to be an issue. We're still in the early rounds. And that's how they made it through. Ray, we also have, a bunch more. What are their rankings right now, Bakker and Fraser? Do they have a ranking?
Yeah, Bakker and Fraser are ranked 21 in the country. They were placed 16 here, so that means they were in a grouping of 13 through 16, who we pit against 1 through 4 in the round of 16. So essentially 13 and 14, 15, and 16 are all treated the same, but, with the numbers, they were 16. And Hughes and Powers are 3 through and through. 3 in the country, 3 this tournament. So Bakker Fraser also, they've had a pretty solid year. They had a 5th in Milwaukee. They had a quarterfinal in Chicago. And last year they finished 10th in Boston.
Right. Well, we know Long Island's been a coming out party for players in the past. We'll see if Fraser and Bakker can make a dent here. But it's a tough road against the dynamic team of Powers and Hughes. We're going to have other quarterfinal matches on that are going to be on as well. And if this one finishes early, we'll hope to get you, scores and action from the other quarterfinal matches going on. Quarterfinal, round of 16 matches. We have Banchila and Burris playing against Bakker and McNerney. And we have Erdoya and Regan, the 5th seed, against Green and Vidal. And then we have Casamano Kraft against Araya Mono in this bottom half of the draw. And on the top half of the draw, we have Broderick and Palmer against Montalbano Stulak, Estes Lefebvre, and against Falatek and Nidak, the 7th seed, Bobitsky and Grangero, the 6th seed, against Bonfili and Farron Cranefitter, and Anderson and Rose, now an up-and-coming team, against Bosser and Bredberg, the 4 seeds. I don't see any particular upsets there, but you should watch 6, 7, and 8. Those matches there. The Banchila Burris match, the Bakker McNerney match, along with the Bonfili Farron Cranefitter and the Bobitsky Grangero match. Those are possible upsets.
Brad, it's exciting. There's so much depth. We just saw Friday and Saturday in the women's draw and the men's. This is going to be really exciting. Shout out to Post Pro. Huntington Country Club is Lisa Rudloff. She also happens to be our chair umpire. The players have all completed their service warm-up. They've spun. We'll see who's going to take the lead here with serving. Beautiful afternoon here in Huntington. A little sun coming through the clouds.
It's a perfect paddle day. A little overcast.
Yes, okay, we're good to go,
I
guys.
think we're ready to go. I think
All
it's
right,
important
players
for
getting out
Bakker.
into their playing gear here, stripping off. It's a warm day. Say about close to 50, you think, out there, Ray?
Yeah, about 50, high 40s. Brad, I think it's important for Bakker and Fraser to get off to a quick start. You don't want to play from behind against Hughes and Powers. There's way too much firepower. Powers has got ridiculous spins with his overheads. I'm not sure how much Tyler has seen that in Cincinnati. But if they can get off to a fast start, hold serve, get a quick break, I think it would do a lot for the momentum.
I agree with you 100%. Powers and Hughes have that ability to steamroll you, sort of the way Wanderei or other top teams do. They could make it fast, and they can go down the drain in a hurry. You might start pressing. So if they can get the right tempo, force a couple errors, get a couple of good holds in there, and also deal with the return game of Hughes and Powers, meaning if early on, if they're just crushing the returns, maybe stay back, play some longer points. Now, that gives it a problem if they come to the net and they have those cut spin overheads, but still, if they can stay in there longer and get off to a better start, that'd be great.
So we're off. Mark Powers to serve.
Well, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Love 15.
Great return there from Fraser.
Love 30.
Bakker played for several seasons with Flip Goodspeed. And Flip's on the sideline here, and Tyler Fraser is working out quite nicely with Bakker. Not that you can ever replace Flip Goodspeed.
Thought we'd see a cutter there from Powers. See, Fraser's smart. High lobs. That makes it hard to cut because the ball's coming down. You
40.
see an error there. Triple break point. How about that?
1540.
Nothing you can do about that. Great return from Fraser, though.
Yeah, very
Jumped
compact.
on that serve. Wow.
Compact swing. Two good transition
30-40.
balls from Powers. That's always the trick. If you drive it through, if it's going to come off hot, you got to be ready for the drive back.
I think we're going to see a lot of that today, Brad, with the weather.
Faulted
Game
that
Fraser,
last point.
that's really Bakker.
It's pretty warm out. I
Bakker.
think we're going to see a lot of guys driving the ball through and playing
They
it
leave
off the
1-0.
back. We've seen that all morning in some of the other matches, so should be fun battle.
All right, there's the break of serve. That's the good start we talked about.
And you've got a little hint of the power coming out of the ad court from Tyler Fraser.
Great looking return.
Yeah.
This is Fraser serving. Up 1 game to love. First game. It's round of 16 match.
Great attack ball there from
15.
Powers. He's added some elements to his game in the last years. He's taken that ball early and high on the backhand side now.
Interesting coverage there with Bakker and Tyler.
Yeah, that's a great point, Patty. You got to see, you're seeing it early on. They're actually having Fraser at the front cutting off balls and Bakker playing behind him.
Formation that we see so much with Parsons and Duane.
Yep. Well picked there, though, by
30.
John Hughes. Perfect spot off the right hip. All right, it's love 30.
Ray, it's not uncommon to see lots of breaks of serves out here now in the game.
These guys are so talented. The returns are so big. Sometimes you're at a disadvantage serving nowadays.
That was a smart
Love
play by
40.
Hughes. Probably not such a smart play there by Bakker. Fraser's still at the net. He doesn't have a clean drive. And Hughes is there to pick it off and actually hits Fraser.
1540.
That was the first cut at the return Powers took. Fraser has a pretty good serve into the ad court.
It's a great shot of the pack of John Hughes in his Viking gear. Thanks to Viking for their continued sponsorship of the APTA.
Hughes loves that drive off the screen. You're going to see him hit that a lot. Went for the
Game
cutter.
Paris, Hughes, 1-all,
All right,
first
1
set.
all.
Will we see John Hughes hit the deck in today's match, you guys? What do you think? Yes or no?
You
He's
know,
as scrappy as they come out here.
he's one of the best diggers in the game. So, Ray, what do you think? Is he going to fall or not fall?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no, too. I just don't think the overheads that Bakker and Fraser hit are those kind that are like the heavy cutters. They're going to work the point.
Brad, that's a great point that you brought up in the warm-up. That you just think maybe they just don't have enough stuff when they are the net team against to offset Hughes and Powers and their strengths.
Spin over there from Hughes. backhand by Fraser too. Smart play to stay back.
Yep. As soon as he hit it, it was too good. Tell you what, I'm impressed by Fraser. I haven't seen a lot of
15.
him. A couple minutes on the live stream from Chicago, but he seems really poised. I mean, he obviously brings it off both sides. He's got great serve.
Oh, great spin. Just called out.
Wow. Closer than
15-all.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be.
All right, 15 all. So looking for our first hold of the match. That's a tough lefty serve to the
15.
deuce court, Ray. You have a tough lefty serve to the deuce court.
I don't know about that. Not like John Hughes. I did one day, a long time ago. Those serves with that amount of spin are real tough to drive,
40-15.
even when you have a forehand return as good as Bakker's.
Good
Good pressure there from Fraser.
That was
coming in
great
off the
blitz
return.
pressure.
Yep.
And you know, he didn't hit that return hard. He just made it move down. That's the key. Make your opponent volley up.
Bakker's got such those quick little wristed release
Oh.
type shots.
Yep, he quickly
Game,
spots
Hughes
the ball.
Powers. They
Went
lead
for the
2-1
dink and
first
blitz.
set.
Powers challenged him. He missed the stuff volley. First hold of the match, 2-1. What do you think of the early tempo, Ray?
I like it. I mean, you know, Fraser doesn't seem to be intimidated at all. Bakker obviously knows what he's doing, and he's mentoring Fraser in Cincinnati, obviously very well. Powers and Hughes are not going to be intimidated by anybody. I mean, they know they're clearly the favorites here, and they like to play a fast game. So I'd like to see Bakker and Fraser maybe slow it down just a little bit, but other than that, I think it's pretty good so far. Bakker throws it a fault, love
Love
15.
15.
You'll see that move from Hughes a lot, where he crawls up the side wire looking for that
15 all.
forehand. Probably should have laid off that one. The ball was
Yeah.
too low, didn't pop up enough.
So Brad, with Bakker and Fraser showing this kind of one-up, one-back formation, what does Hughes do when he can load up on a forehand? Where can he pick a spot that's going to be effective? How do you play around that guy at the net?
Well, I think they're going to do it like they did in the first game, which is pick their spots to go for it. Nice dig. I mean, when they hit a lob and they get Bakker reaching behind Fraser, they're just going to try to go right hip and left hip volleys. Yeah, make the other guys hit it from tougher spots.
Hughes doesn't seem to be trying to avoid Fraser at the net, Brad.
Nope. He's trying to go off his hip, force him to miss. Never try to necessarily drive around your guys. Try to hit a ball they're going to miss. Oh, great hands there by Fraser.
30-15.
Nicely done. I don't think they expected
No.
that coming back.
It's fun to watch Powers out of that ad court. You know, he's so explosive off of his forehand. He's added that two-handed backhand this year, a little bit
Yep.
more in competition, right? So, I mean, he's got every shot in the
30 all.
book.
He does. Yeah, it's just a question of how you put them together and use them in the right times. 30 all. Great rip. That's the thunder from Hughes.
30-40.
John just celebrated his 30th birthday.
Two huge returns right at
Game
the net,
powers
man.
Hughes,
Not
they
trying to
lead
avoid
3-1
him, just
first
putting it
set.
off the hip. Great break of serve. 3-1 for Powers and Hughes.
It's
Good
interesting.
pressure.
It's interesting to see Fraser up at the net in that one-up, one-back formation. Brad, he just seems to be really upright. And I think when people bring the heat, he might be well served on some volleys to kind of actually get down on the ball. He could, I just think that would work well.
I think it's always good advice to make yourself a smaller target up there. And only play the balls you can volley. And if you're up there, let them go if you can't make the shot. Not sure you could have got out of the way of those other two drives, though. Great high lob, good choice. Good read. I didn't hear it from Powers. Did you hear him call out if he was coming in? Because definitely you felt like
15-0.
Hughes knew he was coming.
Hughes just held his shot and didn't overreact, just waited till he could hit the perfect spot to kind of nail him on the, on the foot.
Yeah, Fraser's been hit 3 out of the last 4 points.
It's a great stat, Brad.
Hey.
Not sure John should have stretched there.
15-30.
Powers was there. Hughes didn't need the reach. Calls it volley error.
Yeah, he knows it.
Yep.
Love the preparation on that overhead with his paddle way back behind his head.
Yeah, it's hard to know what he's going to decide to hit. He can cut around it. He can push through it. He gets a set early.
That's Bakker out of the juice court on the far side, playing with Tyler Fraser.
Oh. Do you think he was going body shot there?
30
I think that was just a little wild.
Yeah.
I'm not
Expect
sure
to
he
see
was
that.
set to hit that one. It'll be interesting to see if they stay with this I formation. Hasn't exactly seemed to be working too much so far. I think he missed it.
He did miss it.
30-40.
All right, break point. Oh, they're overplaying those shots at the body.
Yeah.
Hitting
Deuce.
them long. Good play, though.
Yep.
It's great, those signals you see. He's telling him where to serve and where he's going to move. Smart play there by Powers. Gets him drawn
Advantage
in, then
Powers.
fakes the drive and hits the lob. Just back.
Game Powers
They let
Hughes.
that one get away from
They
them there.
lead
They had a great
4-1
point.
first set.
3-2 is such a huge difference between 4-1, especially against Hughes and Powers.
D'Addario is the world's largest designer, manufacturer, and distributor of musical instrument accessories, including D'Addario strings, reeds, and mouthpieces for woodwind instruments, percussion accessories such as Evan drum heads, and ProMark drumsticks. D'Addario is a family-owned and operated business based right here on Long Island, and its products are used by musicians all over the world, including touring professionals, amateurs, bands, and orchestras.
All right. Fraser to serve, down 1-4. Serve called back, confirmed by the umpire.
Left 15.
Yeah, I feel like the tempo and everything's good for Bakker Fraser. They're doing the right things. They're just missing some balls, missing the drives, a couple of loose overheads. But there's the thing again. You got Fraser right on top of the net, but Hughes' forehand is so big, he just doesn't have time to catch up to that volley. I'm not so sure they're going to be able to keep up with that strategy there because there's too much thunder coming out from there.
It seems like the strategy is to drive it right at him. I mean, they got him 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
And it's interesting because right at the beginning of the match, we saw that strategy from John Hughes. Never tried to avoid the guy, Tyler at the net. Tyler's got a 747 wingspan, but they just took it right to him, and I don't think Tyler expected that.
I mean, he's just hitting it hard. It's just hard to catch up to the ball at that speed, and he's spotting it off his hip. And when you get that close to the net, it's like anything else. He's right there to stuff a volley, but with the pace he's hitting at it, he might want to choose to let a few of these things go through, because right now, the few errors by Bakker and Fraser have made a difference. You know, a couple loose balls here and there. But that's the other story of the match. Just Powers and Hughes are spotting drives and getting to miss volleys.
Love 30.
Should have been a help call there.
Yeah.
15-30. 15-30.
It's a great spot there by Bakker. 15-40, double break.
15-40. Oh.
Smart. That was great. This is the cut overhead. One save. That was an interesting point.
Bakker was so
30-40.
happy. He had a speedster on his side of the court on that point.
Here it comes. Missed it.
Deuce.
Deuce. Seamless switching there from Powers Hughes in the backcourt. I don't know why he keeps going for that backhand cut. It really hasn't been effective yet. That should have just been a block volley.
Advantage Powers.
That's the pace of John Hughes' shot, Brad, right? That's
Yeah,
kind
he's
of-
got a thunder forehand.
Ray, I'm with you. I like this more traditional setup now that we're seeing from Bakker and Fraser a little bit versus the one up, one back.
Yeah, it seems to be
Game
working a little
Powers
bit better. They
Hughes,
just
they
keep
lead
missing volleys. I mean, I
5-1
think they're
first
playing
set.
okay. They just can't execute. And that's the difference when you're playing the number 3 team in the country. I mean, they're going to give you a couple errors, but you're not going to survive a whole match making this money in
Left
for
15.
volley errors.
Yeah, the first game they won, they broke. It was because they had so many great returns. Outside of that, they haven't had enough of points that they can develop on their own from the
Right.
backboard.
I mean, I'm not sure
15 all.
what to say about that.
So all of a sudden, we're 2 points away from the first set
Yeah.
for Hughes and Powers. 3.
That's tough math, but you're right.
It's really tough math.
15 all. Great touch on that volley. Nice dig. It's a good spin overhead there.
It's a pretty awesome display from Hughes and Power so far in this set. Wow.
Good.
Heavy roller.
Just love the variety of his overheads.
Oh yeah. Now if we can get us, take a look at that again if we can see in a replay there.
Powers just constantly, well,
Until right then.
until I jinxed him, he just constantly keeps you on their toes with his overheads. Never hits the same overhead twice in a row.
All right, Ray, so we got a report from the other round of 16 match next to us. And
30 all.
Bakker and McNerney are up on Burse and Benchila, 3-2.
Little casual
30-40.
there from Mark Powers.
Yeah, a couple loose points,
Yeah.
Ever since you complimented on
Yeah,
his variety
exactly.
of overheads. And,
It always happens that way.
great help call.
Deuce.
Yeah, you get a couple loose points, you give one back, but it's tough pressure Powers and Hughes puts on you. Wow, he worked them.
Advantage
Some
Hughes.
pretty good digs there.
That was incredible. Yeah, they kept waiting for the cutter drop, and he went right behind him every time. Smart. There it is.
So-
Game and first
Game
set,
first
6
set,
games to
Powers
1.
Hughes 6-1. Guys.
So Ray, what do you see?
Way too many unforced errors from Bakker and Fraser. I mean, they really got to cut down on the errors. I mean, they're not playing terrible, but just too many volley errors. Powers and Hughes are going to put pressure on you, so
All right, I think you guys need to think about how you would strategize for Bakker and Fraser for the second set. We'll be right back in just a moment after these messages, right here on the APTA Network, presented by eNet Live.
When it comes to the game of life, we're all on the same team. And success comes simply from trying. You don't have to be a celebrated athlete to celebrate being active. And you don't have to be on the field to have your own cheering section. United Healthcare.
Welcome back to the Duane Hayden Long Island Invitational. We are in the round of 16 match here with Rob Bakker and Tyler Fraser up against number 3 seeds John Hughes, Mark Powers. Ray, want to tell us a quick recap of that first set?
well, the story of the first set was, in my opinion, unforced errors from Bakker and Fraser. They won the first game, some great returns. We said they needed to get off to a fast start. They did. Then Hughes and Powers rattled off 6 quick games. Too many volley errors from Tyler Fraser. Too many
McHenry.
lob errors. I
McHenry
mean, it was just
and
They need to slow it down.
Right. Well, I tell you what, platform. There's so many. We have so many great sponsors here. In fact, one of our sponsors is Axiom Markets,
Sure.
and it's Joe Quintillion, who I know very well, and he spent his junior career growing up playing paddle here at the Huntington Country Club. He played junior tournaments. He was 1996 national 15 and under champion with his partner Peter Greco. He was 1999 national 18 and under champion with his partner Peter Greco again. And they learned their paddle right here at the Huntington Country Club. I know Joe Quintillion personally. He's a great guy. And now he's involved with Axiom Partners. And it's just amazing what the game of platform tennis can do for you.
And what's so fun is I love going back and hearing about the history of how these players got engaged with the sport. And big shout out to Winnie Hatch, Cordia Worth, and Marie Minnick, who years and years ago out here on Long Island encouraged these juniors to come out and play. And Huntington's always been a huge part of the junior game out here, Brad. You know that very well as one of the high-level teaching pros that we're lucky enough. Long Island is lucky enough to have, and this is just one of those ongoing stories.
Yep, no, absolutely. And they still play today. Peter Greco and Joe Quintillion in the men's leagues around. And again, wonderful guys. And it's amazing what the game of platform tennis can do for you. And the community here around here. I've never been around a sport where the community is so generous with one another and so terrific. It's actually a joy to come to these events. People come to these events just to see the other people, even when they're not playing. So it's
just
amazing
like us,
stuff.
Brad and Ray. Hey, can you guys give me a quick heads up? What's ahead? Who does the winner of this match play?
Oh, absolutely. So the winner of this match is going to play the winner of one of our next round of 16 matches here, which is Bakker McNerney against Burris and Banchila. That was one of my possible upset calls. Bakker McNerney is the A seed, but basically Burris and Banchila are right there. They're basically seated almost right behind them, very similar in points and totals. And I believe the score is 3-all in the first set there. So that's where the quarterfinal matchup would be there. Assuming Hughes and Powers continue on their way, they'll play the winner of that match. And we'll give you more updates on that one as well.
See the full draw there. Thanks to David Tree's Draw Landscape.
Now it seems as if Tyler, Fraser's taking a little break. Maybe he had to do a little quick bathroom run. He's back out, or maybe he had an injury we didn't know about that he had to attend to. And I think he almost tripped coming up the stairs there. So.
I think he was texting, trying to get some coaching tips. What do we do with
all these young guys are good at the multitasking.
We got nothing here.
So you're saying don't text and walk, don't text and drive, all that good stuff. All right, looks like the players are back on the court. Lisa Rudloff up in the chair, about to get them underway for the second set. Do you think there'll be a change of strategy, Ray, or?
I hope so. Obviously what they're doing isn't working, so I don't think that I formation was working too well.
I'd just like to see him bear down more, play tighter.
Tyler Fraser serving. John Hughes hitting the return to serve.
Great blitz there by Powers. Well done.
Rob Bakker just ran back, wasn't able to retrieve that shot off the back screen, and that's Mark Powers in the green hat in the ad court.
It's tough jamming serve.
15-0.
See the switch there. Powers should have moved a little sooner than that. I think he got in the way of Hughes. A little miscommunication there. Two good serves.
40-15.
Now this is nice. They give him a couple of gifts. We didn't see two service errors in a row from Powers Hughes in the first set. Nice to get this first game, get a hold.
We like that. We saw this in the first game of the match. We're really high lobbing.
Yep.
Brad and Ray and Tyler and Rob seem to have gotten a little bit away from that.
I think that is a big component to them doing well here, is getting those lobs up enough so that they can't cut and finish these overheads.
Game Fraser Bakker.
Eerily
1-0
similar to the beginning of the
versus
first
second
set. Off to a quick start. Let's see if they can hold on to it here.
So
Yeah,
I saw Bakker Fraser, play in Chicago, and Fraser's shot making was just unbelievable to me. And I would love to see Bakker make sure he stays in point a little bit longer here, and maybe I don't know that he can play as a setup guy, but I think that would be great, because I just don't think he can make as many unforced errors. I think he's got to see if he can direct the play over to Tyler, take advantage of Tyler's shot making and quickness.
Yeah, I agree. There were a couple of ill-advised shots, and that actually was a loose game there from Powers and Hughes. So we'll see how it ends up. Good high lob again.
So we talk about pace of play, and those high lobs will slow it down, hopefully, for Bakker and Fraser to get some better looks on some shots. See, I think this is what Fraser Bakker have to do. They just have to make these points go on longer and longer here.
Oh, I agree. And then
Just see if they can force kind of a poor choice on an overhead out of
Just like that.
Hughes
There
and
you
Powers.
go.
Exactly that.
it was exactly that. Longer point, great high lobs. And then Hughes, if he's going to switch the play to
Left
the other
15.
side, he's got to get it to the screen. So, Patty, why don't you tell us about Save-A-Tree, one of our sponsors?
Well, the APTA would like to thank our official sponsor,
Love
Save
it.
a Tree.
That was first
the
point.
green choice for
Yep.
tree, shrub,
Yep.
and lawn care. Let Save a Tree focus on your
That's right.
landscape so you can focus
I'm
on
on
your
it.
game and enjoy every outdoor moment at home or at play. Save a Tree provides environmentally sensible services to properties in the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, Midwest,
15 all.
and Western regions. Contact them at saveatree.com for a complimentary landscape assessment by a knowledgeable arborist.
All right, so after that great first point there from
30-15.
Fraser and Bakker, they missed 2 returns. And now it's 30-15 for Hughes and Powers. See, that ball didn't come out enough. I don't think that's the drive they're going to want. Stay with the formula. Wait for the ball where you know they're out of position. Hit the right drive where you're going to get maximum effect. Even if he makes that, Powers is going to make that volley 9 times out of 10. It's too much risk there. Not enough reward. 40-15.
That's a great little lob.
That was a clever play.
Really clever to buy time.
40-30.
Good cutter there from Fraser. Nicely done.
Brad, to your earlier point, all these these players on this court, especially we think about young Tyler Fraser, fairly new to the game. He's got every shot in the book, but the key is choosing the right to use them. And he wants to hit that 200 backhand coming out of the corner, but the ball has to be in front of him in order for him to have some forward momentum toward the court. Take, so that Hughes and Powers don't have so much time to seed the shot.
Absolutely. All these things are about, the risk of missing it versus what reward you're going to get after you hit it. And that one there, the reward wasn't there. The risk was too high.
There you go, kind of a
Deuce.
funny overhead miss, but Fraser put enough balls up, got an error.
You'll take it. Deuce. That's a good rip there. Well spotted. There we go. Break point.
Advantage Fraser.
Fraser rather hit or lob? Because you've seen him a little bit more than I have over the years. It seems like he loves to pound the ball. So maybe going to the slow down isn't his ideal strategy. Some people are well suited to doing that and slowing it down.
Right. No, I think he'd probably rather drive the ball, but he's doing a good job right now staying more disciplined. And I think that's one of the keys to the match for these guys. They have to stay disciplined. That's well done right there.
Oh.
He had several great
Deuce.
shots.
Powers,
Oh,
he's
let cord.
smiling. He got the let cord turnaround transition shot. Hit him with the ball off the top of the net. Deuce.
How good was that one-handed back? It
was awesome.
Bakker. Oh my God. I'd like to see Tyler lob down the line over Hughes a little bit more. It seems like every time he's done that, he's opened up the court maybe to get Bakker a forehand. It seems like Bakker's forehand is, their most effective weapon so far.
I agree with you 100%. It's not even that. It is that, but it's catching them in transition, crossing the ball over the court, and Bakker taking that ball while they're trying to transition into position at the net. So I agree with you 100% there, Ray. Lob down the line, look for that Bakker forehand crossing.
Sloppy miss there. From
Yeah,
Hughes.
well, the longer the points go,
Fraser.
you're seeing actually a little bit of loose play here from Powers and Hughes. That's it. Bakker
Yep.
pumping them up, saying it's break point. Let's get this break.
Come on, youngster, let's do this. Smart play there.
Good leave there, but he chased after. He wasn't sure. Went wide.
Deuce.
Deuce.
That's that quick wrist shot that Bakker's got. The ball just gets so quickly over to their opponent's paddle.
It's almost like his arm doesn't even move. It's all wrist. Yeah. Amazing.
He keeps the paddle in front. He rolls the ball. Smart play. Great help call. Couple plays in this point where Hughes and Powers have moved forward but didn't get the volley they wanted. Hit lob volleys. Smart play. Don't go for a shot that's not there. Just pop it back up. Wait for the right one. Just goes for a little probing
Advantage
drive.
Fraser.
Trying to make him hit it. Can't miss those. Pad out. We had Bakker scrambling there. Good cut overhead. This is good. A lot more discipline here from Fraser and Bakker. So well
Great.
done.
Game Fraser, Bakker.
about that?
They lead
Get the break.
2-0. Second
Great
set.
quickness there from Fraser.
Well, it's beautiful. They played that long point. They're lulling him in. Lulling him in. You see those, Hughes and Power stop going for the cut overheads. It's too long a point, so they're just working the middle, and then Fraser puts up the lob with the quick blitz. And that was perfectly done. That's the kind of point and tempo they're going to play. If they try to mix it up ball for ball, fast pace with Powers Hughes, they're going to lose.
Let's see if they can't build on that momentum.
Thunder forehand there from Hughes.
Hughes was serving 40-15 in that game too, so.
Yep. It's a great break for
Yep.
them.
So when we go back to pace of play, now Bakker and Fraser, when they're the net team, Brad, I'm going to throw this question to you. How do they slow down the pace of play as the net team? How do they, do the same thing that they just sort of kind of took the wind out of Powers and Sailors there?
Well,
Powers
see, when they're at the
Hughes?
net, I think the key is to eliminate those drives that they're trying to volley before. Just let them go through
Just
and go
let
to the
them
back
go through.
again. Don't give them any volley errors where you're not going to make that shot. Stay back here, play this pace of point. I don't mind that
Love the
miss
team.
there. It's better than him trying to volley. Let it go through
No,
on
I
some of those
mind
hard
that
ones.
miss because he was going toward the side screen, not toward the court. Brad.
All right, fair enough.
No, I think he's got to make great choices here. Because as he makes fewer unforced errors, they're doing better.
So we talk about discipline. That's not how they were winning
Love
the other
30.
points. He tries a low, short-angled dipper. Love 30.
We see so often it's so tempting to try to win a point fast.
15-30.
Then you end up just losing it fast at this level of play.
Soft hands there by Fraser. 15-30. I don't know why they didn't let that go
15-40.
to the screen and take the air out of it, throw up a high lob, give him time to recover. Not sure why he's blocking that one. Must have been, the spin threw him off a little. 15-40.
Game
So that's
Powers
why
Hughes. Fraser,
Earlier in the
Bakker
game
lead
where I was going
2-1.
with my line of
Second
questioning
set.
my sense was that Bakker Fraser got in a great mindset there. And, were able to break serve, go up 2 love, and then all of a sudden they were serving, and that's where I feel like it's a sense of urgency on their side. And you said let the ball go through, play it off the screen, slow it down, start lobbing, and they did the opposite.
I agree, Patty. They rushed a little bit too much there. They could also do. Powers and Hughes' return are so strong. You could just serve and stay back, and play. Just keep lobbing them.
Just start the
That's
point
how they
back
won the
and
first 2 games.
they- I think that's a great call too.
It's almost like they bored Powers and Hughes to death in those 2 games. And eventually you get a lob overhead or a volley error.
Yeah, but it goes back to your point earlier. They may not have that mentality to stay with that discipline there, Patty. They may want to drive, want to play faster, but that's not how they're going to win this one. That's a great high lob. Even though it's short, you hit it high, it's hard to time the cuts. Just out.
15 love.
Smart power serving to Tyler Fraser. That's Rob Bakker lobbing out of the deuce court. John Hughes, the lefty, hitting the overhead.
Yeah, John Hughes has developed a pretty good spin overhead too.
He really has. He doesn't seem to get the opportunity to hit as many
30
as
love.
Powers. Just the way their team has had some success, they lean heavily on Powers hitting the overhead as a righty more.
See if you can get an update on some of those other round of 16 matches. Curious to see what the score is in the Bakker McNerney and Burris Benchula match. We just got a quick update on that, and it's Burris and Benchula serving down 4-5. The first set. So we're at a set and a half here. We got another report that in the round of 16 that Ryan Morneau have won their first set against Casamano and Kraft. Cutter, you're not seeing Powers. He's content to hit more cuts into the screen, not going for any short cutters. He wants to keep them back. But their drives from back there. Crease. There they go. So those long points,
yeah,
Ray,
315.
those are the ones that are working for him, getting the loose air out of Powers there.
Just a matter to see if they can string 3 of them together, or 4 of them together.
Just get a pattern of play going, it'll work to their benefit. Like they did it for a game, then they left it, lost the next game, right? Oh, got Bakker a little off balance there. He didn't keep his feet underneath him.
What a great combination of shots from Hughes and Powers. Hughes had been taking his overhead all the way over into that corner on Bakker most of the match, and there he kind of wrong-footed him and created the opening on the next shot. Kind of love the teamwork of Powers and Hughes working together on their overheads.
40-30,
40-30.
nice little chip. Miss hit the volley. Did Powers. Great leave there by Hughes.
Powers Hughes. It's 2-all.
See, I think that's a crucial point. You can't miss the return on that ball. Play that long point again.
Love 15.
Talk about momentum. And Bakker and Fraser had it to start this second set. Now it feels like it's going the other way, Ray, doesn't it?
Every time they seem to get momentum, they seem to give it right
Love 30.
back. They can't hold on to it. I mean, quick, they lose that game, and now it's love 30.
It's a good soft cutter down the middle. Miss. Oh, it's good. I
Looked
thought
like
that
it
was long.
Yeah. Smart shot there by Mark Powers.
Love 40.
Chip, but it definitely looks like Bakker's a little slow on his reaction on that one. He looks surprised. Good shot. Caught him on off guard. Great soft volley.
Okay.
Got a piece of him.
40.
One back.
It's fun to watch Hughes load up on that return of serve.
Yep.
Kind of that giddy up forehand.
He gets up in the air. Ooh. Got a seam. They're working Bakker up and back, up and back. All right, 30-40.
30-40.
Powers going for the dink. Deuce. Powers has one of the
Deuce.
quickest releases. Is there anybody who has a quicker release on the forehand?
Maybe only Bakker.
Yeah, Bakker's pretty in front too.
Jeff Morneau, but is it a forehand or is it a backhand?
Yeah, that's a common mistake when your opponent is. Don't try to hit the ball down at him. Hit the ball through and deep behind him. Primary default position for Powers and Hughes is up the middle. See them playing that middle overhead time and time again.
There's that cutter.
First cutter drop we've seen. Nice shot. All right, break point
Advantage
again.
Powers.
Brad, I believe we have an update.
All right, so it looks like the match between Green and Vidal against Adoria Regan. Green and Vidal took the first set 7-6 against the number 5 seed, so that's a great result for them. They're a tough team. Lucas Green and Victor Vidal.
Hold on,
8-6 in the
8-6.
tiebreaker. And Ryan Morneau took the first set in their match, and they're down 2-3, but on serve the second
Game
set.
Powers Hughes. They lead 3-2.
Good break
Second
there
set.
by Powers Hughes. Tough, tough. You hear that thunder forehand. I love it. I think we should announce that Hughes forehand with "Here comes the thunder." It was that Green Vidal set was 8-6 in the tiebreaker, so it can't get much closer there. And that's a great first set for Green and Vidal. Now you know Lucas Green very well, right? From the New Jersey area, right, Ray?
Yeah, he's one of the up-and-comers in New Jersey. He's probably been playing 3 or 4 years tops, and he is one of the best players in our state right now. We have our League Classic in a couple weeks. 128 team draw. Lucas and Victor will be the only reason they won't be the number 1 seed is because
Left
we always
15.
seed the defending champions, Steve DeRose and Jamie Ferrero. But 2 weeks ago, Lucas and Victor beat Drew Broderick and Pat Shawcross in 3 sets. The only team to beat Drew so far this year. So watch out for Watch out for Lucas. He's extremely talented. He's so into the game. He can't get enough play. So it's great to see him
15-0.
doing well against some of the top players.
All right, 15-all. Hughes serving, up 3 games to 2. Good cutter overhead winner there by Powers on the point before.
Fraser and Bakker need to get those lobs way up high again. Once you see Powers and him doing his thing on those overheads, it means your lobs are getting way too short.
That's a good lob there. Yeah, the high, deep, long points followed with a quick spotted drive have been the formula for Fraser and Bakker. That's how they're getting their points. See if they get more of them. Another report on the Burris and Banchila match versus Bakker and McNerney. We told you it was going to be a close one. And Alex Banchila is serving down 5-6 in the first set to try and stay in the first set and bring it to a tiebreaker. So we'll keep you updated on all these other round of 16 matches. Heck of a shot there from Hughes. Now those are the shots that he didn't have like about a year and a half
30-15.
ago. Little cutter drop winner there. I'd love to see that again if we can pull that up.
40-15.
2 returns in a
Game.
row.
Powers
Game there
Hughes.
for Powers
They lead
Hughes.
4-2. Second set.
So that's Ralph Bakker serving down in the second set here. Hughes and Power, number 1-3 seeds, won the first set.
That's a great cutter there from Fraser. You see, he's only been playing really for like 2-3 years. He is gonna be really good. Just wide, 30 love.
30 love.
Bakker and Fraser stand on opposite sides now at this point, electing not to switch back. It can be a good move to give a different look to the net court team. Put your players on the opposite side. Good spin there by Powers.
He was there.
Yeah, he was, but he wasn't sure. That's the thing power spin does. It
30-15.
actually didn't move that much, but you're anticipating the movement. It's hard to know where it's going to go. Great spins there by Powers. This
30
is a
all.
transition ball. Nobody coming in. Too bad. 30 all. Sometimes on that transition drive, you'll see
40-30.
Hughes' backswing actually hit the side screen. It gets a little big from time to time. All right, 40-30, game point. Wow, he just spotted that drive. But I actually like the fact that, you know, Fraser didn't try to volley that, because those are the ones he was missing before and they were getting points. Bakker just didn't see it in time. Comes.
Great footwork from Bakker right there. Let the ball go through.
Great play, nice transition ball.
Advantage Bakker.
He overhit that drive a little. Sometimes you want to hit a 3/4 roller, but it's a good point.
What a great overhead that was.
Great
Died coming down that
overhead
backswing.
combination. He
Fraser
went from the
Bakker,
roller to the cutter.
Powers Hughes.
So Patty, we got
Leads
some more great
4-3.
sponsors to talk about.
Guys, I'm going to give you another ball.
Uline. Uline is the leading distributor of shipping, industrial, and packaging materials to businesses throughout North America. They ship over 2.5 million boxes every day, but they are so much more than a box company. More than 32,000 quality products are always in stock and ready to ship. 32,000, think about that. Outstanding customer service means they're here when you need them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uline, the best selection, products, and people for an unforgettable customer experience.
Balls, guys.
All right. So Ray, we got a report on the Burris and Benchila match. What's the score over there?
Alex Banchia held. We are going to a first set tiebreaker, 6-all.
Yeah, that one's going to be a war. You know, you got Burke out there who knows how to play. They've played against each other in Chicago a ton of times. And McNerney's an up-and-coming starter. Got a lot of spin at the net, good forehand. Keep you updated.
And Burke is one of the great leading teaching pro, one of the really great guys of the sport, student of the game out in Chicago. And Peter studies opponents, so when you say he knows those guys, he's so familiar with Panchila Alaraya's game that he'll throw in everything. And I think that match, that could be a 3-set.
Oh no, it's a
long
pick 'em
time this afternoon.
3-set war, and the our draw landscape by Savitri.
Bakker wants it to be 3 sets.
Yep. Pick Burris and Panchila in that one, but it's definitely a pick 'em. Okay, Morneau serving down 3-4 to get even in the second set after Ryan Morneau won the first set against Cosmato Kraft. That is definitely the default position right now for Hughes and Powers, is going to the Bakker backhand, staying away from the forehand.
Yep.
Give them nothing to hit until they get a ball that they can try to cut or pressure with the overhead more.
And Brad, because they're hitting so many of the overheads down the middle, they don't really have to adjust their positioning at all.
Now they've been pretty comfortable at the net, I think is the word. You know, they haven't been pressured that much. But there we see, go into those comfortable spots till they get the weaker ball, and then the cut overhead finish there. Great ball there. Help call. Long.
40 love.
Sloppy.
So we're at 5-3.
Game Powers Hughes.
Are up in the
They lead
second set.
5-3. Second set.
All right.
Rob wasn't interested in extending that point any longer.
No.
It was definitely hitting the low percentage down the line forehand there.
Get a wet court.
That was a great shot, but I
Love
tell you,
15.
the better you get, the luckier you get. So anytime you take a drive and you get that, you earned it. All right, Araya serving to stay in the second set now, down 4-5 against Cosmato Kraft. Pulled out the two-hander. I think that's the first one we've seen.
I've never seen him with that shot.
He has a two-hander, Hughes, but he's more comfortable with the one-hander one. I think down the road, if he can develop that, that's a great cutter there from Fraser. We can get our production team to take a look at that. We'd love to see it after the game.
It'd be great if Hughes good to add that to his repertoire.
Yeah,
He's
that
already got-
two-hander off the screen.
He's already got that hammer forehand. There'd be nowhere to hit the ball on the court.
30-15.
So early, great blitz there by Powers.
Little game of cat and mouse there between Fraser and Powers.
Yep. Good high lob. Breaking news there. So we're in the middle of this point here. Ryan Morneau lost that second set to Casamano Craft. You know, that's great for them. Casamano Craft are a tough team, but I wasn't sure they would have the firepower to break through, but that's a great second set win, so we're heading to a third set there with Casamano and Craft to start the third set. Nice play there
40-15.
by Fraser.
40-30.
Big return from Hughes.
Huge
Forces
return.
the volley error. 40-30.
Now, Ray, if Powers Hughes win this event, would they have a chance to get to the top two?
No.
No.
They're so far back of Juan and Drew. Juan and Drew are essentially separated by less than 1 point at the top.
And right now, Broderick and Palmer are number two.
They're number two for the
Yep.
first time in a long time. Sloppy overhead error there by Bakker.
Yeah.
They will,
Deuce.
speaking of Broderick Palmer, if they win here this weekend, they will take over the number one spot again. But having said that, like you said, Powers and Hughes are number three, and they're so far ahead of number four that they are entrenched in that three spot. I'd be shocked if they weren't the 3 seed at Nationals. And they've got so many points. I mean, they're in the semifinals of every big tournament,
Advantage
if not the
Fraser.
finals.
And this year, 2 finals in a row at
Yeah.
Pittsburgh
Yep.
and Patterson. Wow, great hands.
We also shouldn't forget that we haven't seen Johan Durant and Mark Parsons at all this year. It'd be interesting to see what their intentions are for the rest of the year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
I heard from someone that they plan on playing 4 tournaments the second half of the year, including Nationals. It'll be interesting to see if they do, where they'll be seated when they come back, because they're losing a lot of points.
yep. And that is the, you know, that's a fly in the ointment, or
Yeah,
you know, something that's going to just change the entire dynamics of any draw.
yeah. I'm sure Drew and Jared wouldn't want to see them in the
Deuce.
quarterfinals.
All right, that is deuce. Great. It reminds me of those years when Prendergast and Zink would come into the women's draw, having not played all year and literally been one of the famous to win it, but yet they would just be, you know, completely upsetting the draw dynamics.
Yep. Gambino Olmo
Advantage
did that in
Fraser.
Chicago.
Yep.
I can't remember what year, and they ended up facing Goodspeed and Manziger, and I think they beat them in the round of 16, if my memory serves me correct.
Parsons has
That
played
is
some of
great
those this year.
Baker.
He has some
Bakker,
points
excuse me.
Yeah.
individually.
Now let's see if we can
Powers
get a look
Hughes
at
leads 5-4
that shot we
second
pulled
set.
before. Tyler Fraser. Hopefully we can at the end of this game.
So we're at 5-4, second set. Huge hold there to stay in this match for Bakker and Fraser. The winner of this match will play the winner of Burka McNerney McNerney and Banchila Burris. That's the match that we may have an opportunity to pick up some of the action if this match ends in 2 sets.
Well, right now it's do or die here for Bakker and Fraser. They're going to have to put together a good disciplined game. Hopefully don't throw in the errors. Because they're serving for the match right now. Oh, we just got the report that Banchila and Burris won the first set in the tiebreaker. So that was a good long set. We're at basically serving for the match right now, and they just finished the first set over there. So you can see a little difference in the speed and pace. Oh, what a great first volley there, though, by Hughes. Got the ball low, soft, tough. He's going to load.
Gutsy
Big
backhand.
one-handed backhand roller.
At the crease. I mean, all these players are so good. They can do so many things with their paddles at the last minute.
Left 15.
You don't see Powers miss too many lobs wide.
All right, that's start number 1. Definitely in these games you have to have. Winning that first point is huge. I don't want to see him miss a return here and go for the big one. That's what I'm hoping not to see here for Bakker and Fraser. He's just going to put it in. I think that's smart.
Left 30.
Love
Two
30.
uncharacteristic errors there from Power.
Match is
Powers?
not over.
Not over.
Got to play to the end.
15
Don't
30.
throw that one back. I understand going for the return, but that would have been much better off the back screen, side screen drive.
Rush that one a little
Yep.
bit.
It's a tough serve, though, off the deck. Missed it wide. Right back to 30 all.
Just went a little too big there.
You know, there's not a lot of court there. He's trying to hit that pinpoint drive like we talked about before. Maybe he should be driving it at him a little bit more. He's going to get it, though. Nice dig.
Great coverage from Bakker, of all people, behind Fraser that time.
Well, Patty, you were asking if Hughes was going to hit the deck, but it was Fraser.
Well, we got someone.
Just lost his footing there.
So this is the formula for Bakker Fraser throwing up lots of lobs before they take a shot at it.
Oh,
Three
Pop
errors
that
from
volley.
from Powers.
I think he was holding it, and then he just popped it at the end. I'm not sure what was going on in his head on that one. It's very, I mean, normally wouldn't miss that. All right, break point.
There it is.
The return and play with a three-quarter
Fraser,
pace
Bakker.
shot. Well
Games are
done.
5 all. Second set.
So we're at 5 all. This is around a 16 match. We're in Long Island, Grand Prix. This is our third stop in the Grand Prix Tour.
Wow, such a big return.
Left 15.
Didn't get behind that
Left
ball,
15.
just tried to do it with his racket. Yeah, with this paddle, no footwork there. Love 15. Love 30.
Love 30.
Error on that first point. You know, his instincts are to attack. They've had so much success lobbing. Then Rob kind of pulled the trigger way too soon.
He's got a pretty good spin overhead, Fraser. Oh, he gave him a layup there.
They were staying back too.
Oh, it
15,
was
30.
no point coming in.
No.
Yeah, he gave him the layup, bailing out. You don't see Hughes miss that. He's upset with himself there. Wow, great shot.
15,
40.
40.
Bakker serving 15-40.
I mean, that's 2 balls. He's let go to the screen well, but errors on both of them there.
Just can't do that.
Just get down on that
Yeah.
ball to lift it up.
I wonder if he's getting tired.
Could be.
Wow. The backhand.
Game powers
So big.
Hughes. They lead
So
6-5.
Hughes and Powers go up
Second set.
6-5. Second set. They won the first set 6-1.
Patty, why don't you tell us a little bit about Viking, our other sponsor?
I'd love to. Viking Athletics is the premier brand and the undisputed leader in platform tennis. Viking is platform tennis, Brad. The Viking Extra Duty Platform Ball has been the #1 selling ball in the industry for the last 20 years. It is the official ball of the APTA, the APTA Nationals, and President's Cup, and Junior Nationals and the Grand Prix Tour, and the year-ending brand new league championships out in Chicago. We are back to the action here with Mark Powers trying to serve out this match. Up first set, 6-5 in the second set.
Yeah, Powers is no stranger to pressure. He was a high-level nationally ranked junior. He's not a teaching professional. He played 4 years #1 at Yale tennis. Great return from Bakker.
Love
See, Hughes
15.
tried to let it go, but couldn't get his paddle down in time.
Great serve.
15 all.
Body serve. Again, the guiding forehand, try and hit the ball wide in a perfect shot. Even if he
30-15.
makes it, they're going to run it down. There's no point going for the line there.
30 all.
30 all. Two huge
30-40.
returns there from Bakker.
That is
30-40.
the signature Bakker shot.
That's the ball you can't miss,
Deuce.
Brad. You said it before.
Can't miss those break point returns going for an all-nothing shot. So smart.
It's really great. Just opened up his paddle face, put that ball way up to give him time to go back to the baseline.
I mean, it's a great lesson to learn there for everyone. If you don't have a shot where you can beat your opponent or have a better chance of winning, pop the ball up, go back and defend.
Powers.
So now
All right.
we have a match point, Brad.
Here it is. He just lets it drop. Smart. Got out of the way there. Great get. Probably one of the best diggers in the game, Hughes.
Nice to be young and fast.
Yeah, I think I might be old enough to call him a whippersnapper. How about that?
Wow.
Match point down. Trying that
Deuce.
twice at 1 point. That's gutsy.
That's gutsy, is
Drop
right.
volley
man.
back.
And to be honest, he hasn't had great success with
No.
that backhand cutter in the match, but that was a huge shot. Just long. Great points, loose errors.
Advantage powers.
I've seen way too many of those today.
All right, match point number 2. All right, who's gonna blink first? Power's changing the pace of the points with spin overheads now. That is a great blitz. Well done. They refused to take the bait on any of those drives, kept lobbing, and then Hughes just got a little lulled in, pushed that high lob up, and Fraser was ready for it. Great play, Deuce. Another great blitz, smart leave and chase there by Hughes.
Wow. Crazy
The old
good.
U-line shot there.
Cut that back, had no chance for
Advantage
Powers
Fraser.
on that one. That was a great play. 2 great blitzes there by Fraser.
Point getting into a tiebreaker here in the second set.
Yep. And there it is. Tiebreaker. How about that? 2 match
Game
points. Do you
Fraser,
think that'll affect
Bakker, 6-all.
Hughes and Powers at all, Ray?
I don't. They're savvy enough. They've been around long enough. They'll bounce back, but you never know. I mean, the momentum is certainly with Bakker and Fraser here. And this match looked like it was going to be over real quick.
Right here, Bakker and Fraser have to be careful. Not go
Fraser
too
doing a
fast.
great job moving in behind low balls now. Great blitzes.
So we'll play here till a team reaches 7 points, and they have to have a margin of at least 2 points. Certainly feels like Bakker and Fraser have settled in here kind of late in the match, but they are still in this thing big time.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it really is never over, and they're bearing down at least at that time. That match point down, they refused to take the bait. They played a smart point.
It seems like the longer the point goes on, it almost works to their advantage.
Absolutely.
Interesting. You don't see him bring it out too much. Brings it out in the second set tiebreaker.
Love one. Now here's the interesting point. You know, we've seen Bakker and play these. You know, Bakker and Fraser play these great points, but then occasionally they won't play 4 or 5 of them in a row. They'll give one back. Now they're like, we just played a good point. I'm hitting a return. And it's an error, right?
Yep.
So let's see if they can string them together.
You're one.
Wow, great blitz again from Fraser.
Brad, when you're the team getting lulled,
Yep.
what do you do?
I mean, it is the tough part of this sport. You know, at any time a team may go into a defensive mode and just keep lobbing you and never hit. And if you don't have the finishing overhead, you really have to win a couple of those grind points. You know, and pick a spot where you're going to go to with the ball and then really wait for your opportunity. That was a good move. Smart. Yes, well done. Bakker definitely looks a little sluggish there. I think he might be, you said it before, Ray, you know, he might be getting a little tired there. He did not get back on that.
He might be the oldest player on the court.
Oh, I don't think
That's
there's
for
a
sure.
might be. Hit him again.
Got him. Yep.
Hughes not getting out of the way there. Great return there from Fraser. Put a little pace on it.
2-1.
Duane is not happy. I expect to blast on this return of serve.
There it is. And again, that spotted drive. Very nice shot. Rather see him get out of the way.
So we're at 2-2. Second set tiebreaker. Hughes Powers, as you can see, won the first set 6-1. 6-all. Bakker and Fraser have clawed their way back
2-all.
into this match.
Yeah, they just played the big points a little bit. Well, that's when they tightened up. You know, they played them well. There's a couple of
These matches
fantastic
come down to
shots.
all the time. Just a couple little. You know, you lose the first set 6-1, Brad. How many? Maybe 5 loose errors. That's the entire set. The margin is so small between these teams, really.
That's big forehand. Here he comes again. Missed it though. That ball needs a little more roll. Great leave.
So Bakker Fraser are up 3-2
3-2.
in the tiebreaker in the second set.
All right, Hughes is a little upset with himself. Looking a little hangdog on this changeover. Hopefully he won't let him bother him. He had a good look at it.
Mark Powers serving.
2-3. Great blitz again by Fraser. On the line.
Wow, what a shot
Yeah.
from Mark.
So casual with it. Oh,
3-all.
3-all.
well, it's a little low, trying to pick a tough spot. Just nets it. Had a little confusion there.
I think Juan just lost the point.
Oh, that's a good look for that. You'll see that's what Fraser's starting to do now. He's moving in, throwing in the high lob, trying to sneak, waiting for that opportunity if these guys hit a push or a pillow overhead. You know, soft high one. If anybody can hear it on your feed, the screaming in the background, that's Juan Araya. Not happy with whatever's going on his match against Cosmato Craft. They're at a set apiece. So a three-set
He really
battle
wants
there.
to get on the live streaming, Brad.
Smart, don't take the bait. I like that.
How many times has this point gone on over the net?
Oh, I don't have a shot clock on it,
I
but
think that was 8. I think that was 104.
but this is exactly the pace that Fraser and Bakker want. You know, right now you have Hughes and Powers afraid to pull the trigger. There are 2 balls there that I thought, you know, you might see Powers go for a
4-3.
cut drop, but he's not
Hughes
going for
power.
It needed to last 110 times,
Yeah, he's still
and
staying.
unfortunately for Bakker, he misses that shot, and
Yep.
Hughes and Powers up 4-3.
it. Yeah, 2 netted drives there on good, long,
3-4.
disciplined points. They just netted the drives. Sometimes it's just execution. Great ball, Bakker. Can't chase it down. Very nice shot there by Hughes. You do not want to give him that high forehand. I'd rather dump it to him soft
3-5.
and even short. Anything up and off the back is just not something you want to give him.
Fraser serving down 3-5, second set tiebreaker.
Thought we might see a blitz there from Powers. Wow. That's the tired-looking volley there at a crucial
6-3
moment.
Hughes
And all the credit to
Powers.
Hughes there. He really hit an off-speed kind of chip shot, just a little block shot,
Yep.
where he saw Bakker was on the service line. One step inside the service line. If he hit it any harder, would have been easier for Bakker to come up with that volley. And all of a sudden, we have several match points for Hughes and Powers.
3 match points. All right, we'll see if we can get a report on the Araya match. I'm hearing rumors that
6-4.
okay, the Araya match, they won 6-1 in the third. So Araya and Morneau move on in a great match against Casamano and Kraft, 6-1 in the third. All right, match point number 3 actually here for Hughes and Powers. And this is the points that they played so well before Fraser and Bakker. They refused to lose them. Let's see if we can look for another. There it is. Oh, he got it. Tracked it down. Good cutter. Like how he's mixing in the rollers with the cutters. Nice through the middle, left. Good blitz. Great hands from Fraser.
That's incredible.
Wow. There's the one. They're going to let it go through. Smart play. No! He tries it again.
Game, set,
He
and
ran
match.
out of steam, I think Bakker
Powers.
did. So there is game, set, and match for
6-1,
Hughes and
7-6.
Powers. The
Thanks,
three
guys.
seeds were on to the
Nice match.
quarterfinals. So Ray, what do you think of our match there?
I thought it was a great match. I liked how Bakker and Fraser clawed their way back in, showed a little fight when it looked like it was they were getting steamrolled. I think it was just a matter of too many unforced errors at inopportune times. You know, they didn't play the big points very well. Went for too much. Like you said, they missed a couple of returns on break points. You can't do that against a team like Hughes and Powers.
And I definitely think there might have been something you said earlier. To me, Bakker looked like he was tired by the end of it for sure. I mean, that missed ball on the service line, that was just Hughes catching him off the net.
Right.
And, you know, quite frankly, Bakker just not getting back up in there. That's
Right.
definitely in the legs, and that affects your head. You know, and I think that last cut shot was like, you know, I'm going for this.
Yeah.
Either I get it or I
He's done.
don't. Right. So, Patty, any final thoughts on our match here?
Well, I'm impressed with Bakker and Fraser's ability to come back in there in that second set and really force that tiebreaker. I think that Tyler Fraser's star is getting brighter, and it's so fun to see all these new players come into it. We are going to go to a break here. We will be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APA Network, presented by eNet Live.
And he's going to bring.
I'm on top of the world, now I'm living, and the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah. And it's a good, I won't even worry anymore. Took all my cares, still can kick them all out the door. Go on and try, come and tell me what you're waiting for. Move and keep 'em going till your life is overflowing, yeah. I do a dance of victory, 'cause now I'm living good, no I'm not living like I used to be. Now talk about things, talk about my mind. Now I'm free from the worries that I left behind. I gotta jump for joy and shout aloud and make a sound. Oh, the world can stop me now, no. And on the music I will ride on the beat. Play my guitar while I'm stomping my feet, yeah. I gotta celebrate life and get excited about good times and good living. Come on, shout it out, hey! Take it up, take it over, take it out of control. Today I'm freeing my soul and now you got me singing, oh, hey, I'm feeling fine.
A great round of match between Powers and Bakker Fraser, and we're going to go quickly through the draw here with the matchups. Brad, you want to take us through real fast?
Sure, absolutely. So on the bottom half of the draw, which we just see live streamed here, our third seed Hughes and Powers have moved on. But right now I see here we have the top half of the draw up in there. And Orion Morneau have moved on. They won in a 3-set battle. 6-4, 4-6, 6-1 against Casamano Craft, the 21st or 20th ranked team in the country. And we don't have reports yet from Broderick and Palmer against Montalbano Stulac, but we expect that they'll move on, the number 2 seeds here. And I think there's going to be some great matchups here in the next round and in the quarterfinals. In the bottom half of the draw, we have what we just saw was Hughes and Powers, and they just defeated Bakker and Fraser there in a good 6-1, 7-6 mix. And we're still waiting on the results from Benchill and Burse, who won the first set against Bakker and McNerney. And Adoria and Regan have just split sets with Green and Vidal. And they'll go on to the winner of that match will go on to play Orion Morneau. So we're going to bring it down to George right there. And he's with our winners of that round of 16 match, Mark Powers and John Hughes. Take it away, George.
Win over Fraser and Bakker. It was a fantastic match. John, tell me something that you feel about the first match. How did you guys play in that round?
I mean, I think it was probably a little bit of a tale of 2 sets. I mean, we played really strong in the first set and maybe dropped their level a little bit in the second, but you have to give them a lot of credit. They totally changed their game plan and started playing a little more patient. They had a very good chance at winning that set. So we were a little lucky to get through that second set, but happy. Played pretty well overall.
Excellent. And Mark, I know you guys are relatively new, but now you considered an experienced team. How was it playing against one of the new up-and-comers, Fraser? He's quite a character with some shot making on the court, right?
He's a very, very talented player. It's great to see, more young talent coming into the sport. It's great to hear about, people, guys fresh out of college tennis getting more involved. Yeah, it's a treat to play against somebody who was kind of where I was, a year ago at this point, and yeah, love seeing I guess more more people getting involved. It's such a great game.
So something interesting is what do you guys think about the strategy that they changed the net? In the first set, they were doing the permanent eye strategy, where one person stays tight on the net, and then they changed it to the conventional style in the second set, and things became much slower and the points were longer. How did that change your strategy? What were you doing differently?
Well, I mean, I think in the beginning, like you said, in the first set, they were playing that eye formation. I think Mark and I were both saying, I think we're going to have some success here because they were kind of giving us a lot of openings there. And then when they went to the traditional, I mean, they both have very good overhead. I mean, Rob hits those rollers, which can give me some trouble in my corner, and then Tyler hits that cut that you don't see coming. So doing that just kind of made kind of put us on our heels a little bit in the second set. So credit to them. Really.
Excellent. Well, thanks, guys. Congratulations. And you're moving on to the next round. Enjoy your time off and get ready for your next match. Thanks, folks. We're moving over to court 2 for the streaming. We're going to join the commentators. And we've got Ben Chiller and Burns versus McNerney and his partner over there, Peter Bakker. It's a thrilling match. Thanks a lot.
Okay, guys, so we're now here back on the more of a round of 16 action with Benchill and Burris, who won the first set. And Benchill and Burris here on the near side. On the far side, it's Peter Bakker about to return that serve with the red paddle. And on the other side over there is Graham McNerney. And Burris and Benchill won the first set, 7 games to sit. And they just had a break of serve there. So we'll see if we can get a score in the second set for them.
It was an 8-6 tiebreaker, Brad, I heard in the first set here?
First set was a tight one there, and all the way down in that set, Benchill and Burris were serving to stay in. They were always down a game, and they did that. They got it to the breaker, and they won that. But we've expected this match to be super tight, and it was right there. You just saw in that last play. The big key here, I think, there's some good returns, is how people manage the return to serve, and there's a lot of balance out there. You got Benchill and Burris. Burris has a great backhand. He's in the aqua-colored shirt, or teal, if you will. And we have now McNerney to serve. Love in this game. Burris is one of these interesting players. You see him switching at the backcourt. He actually has that was a huge forehand, but he has a much better backhand than forehand, actually.
Not too many secrets between these guys. 3 of the 4 of them are Chicago. Is Sven currently in Chicago as well?
Nope. Sven is director of platform tennis at Scarsdale Golf Club.
Okay.
And he's from out here, and he also spent some time on Long Island. But
Great.
Sven has played against McNerney. He and Alex played against McNerney and Warner in the finals of the Milwaukee Open and won in a tight 3-setter there.
And Alex Banchile in the deuce court in red we thank him on behalf of his efforts for Viking, one of our main sponsors, longstanding sponsor of the APTA. Alex is recent winner of the charities with Juan Araya.
Yep. One of Juan's 5 partners who, I got to imagine in the history of the sport, no one's won 5 tournaments in a row with 5 separate partners. It's crazy.
Banchile also won Milwaukee Open, I believe.
Yep, with Burris. Yep.
First, so they are, I hear that they're a really fun team to watch play.
Yeah, there's that huge backhand there from Burris. You can see, Burris over there. He's got a lot of length to him too, so he'll be looking to bait you and then cut off backhands and drive him heavy. Bait you into trying to get his side screen. That's another of those misses down the line. We've seen too many of those, and too many from Bakker and Fraser in the last match we live streamed. You don't want to go for that shot right down the line, trying to place it on a line for a winner. It's just too tough.
I believe they just split sets.
Yep. Because you see Burris tossing the ball over the fence. Yeah, he got smart. Get rid of that bad ball that we lost a set with. So we're going to get an umpire in here for the final set. They're putting Lisa Rudloff up in the chair. It's a set apiece. And we're going to take a quick break here, Patty.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back in a moment, right here on the APTA Network, presented by eNet Live.
You have to have a passion for taking care of the customer, and you have to do your job as if your last name was Uline.
For my business, everything's go, 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 and the customer service alone is one of the most valuable things for us. We can call and the phone's picked up immediately. We never have to wait in a queue.
The phones don't ring at least half the time because they go directly into the headsets of our customer service representatives because they know we're waiting for it, and it can be a very fast transaction for them.
Order placed by 6 o'clock p.m., order ships out, customer gets that product more often than not in one business day.
Not only are those orders going out the door quickly, but accurately.
We live and breathe reliability.
But we really do care if a product's returned. We do care if it's not working right. We try to do it better every day.
Every single person looks at customer comments. I mean, that's where we learn.
Come to Uline because service has always been much, much better here. I always feel like you're treated like you're appreciated,
We do it well. We do it real well.
Once a customer gets used to that, why would you want to leave? We treat you well.
Back to the Duane Hayden Long Island Invitational. We are in a round of 16 match between, we've got Alex Banchile, we've got Burris. Burris is serving here on the far side in the aqua shirt.
I think we settled on aqua there.
Okay. Returning serve, Peter Burka, Graham McNerney. This is the third set. They have just split sets, and we're joined once again with our master umpire, Lisa Rudloff, up in the chair.
That's a good shot there by Banchile. Very calm style from Burris and Banchile. You won't see a lot of racing around. Banchile's actually very fast, but he doesn't actually seem to, speed around the court. He's very calm, waits for his moment, moves quickly when he needs to. Burris is sort of the same way.
It almost looks like he's lazy, but he's not, by any stretch of the imagination. He just glides around. You have
Great
plenty of
blitz there by
experience.
Bakker. Gotta your partner called that out when the high lob goes up.
You played with Alex for many years.
I
Finals
did.
and Nationals in 09, was that? Cincinnati?
Yep. Finals and Nationals in 09.
The good old days.
Nice shot by Burris. Great hands at the net, does Banchila. I wouldn't recommend. He's definitely one of these guys you do not want to get into a battle with. I would, if I were, McNerney and Bakker there, I'd hit the lob volley and retreat in those scenarios.
Absolutely.
This one's going to get hit. Yep. Heavy Burris backhand.
This is my first time seeing Burris play, so I'll be interested to see. Oh, I think
He
that
got him.
Yeah.
He got him in the shoulder. Bakker nicely, good sportsmanship, calls it on himself.
Yeah.
40 love, I believe, in this game. Yeah, I've played with Sven a whole bunch of times as well. I've had the good fortune to work with him, and he's what you would call another great up-and-coming player. Right now, Ray, Banchila, and Burris are ranked what are they in the rankings?
Vinci and Burris are currently ranked number 16 in the country. They were the 11th placement here. They won Milwaukee earlier this year. They had a 5th place finish in Cleveland, and they had a 13th through 16th place finish at the Steel City, which was our first Grand Prix of the year.
Yeah, where they lost a good 3-set match, a 2.5-hour battle with Kaler and Watt.
Wow.
So Banchila and Burris won the first set, 7-6 in a tiebreaker. McNerney and Bakker won the second set, 6-4.
Burris dig
We're
that.
in the
Great dig. He's so
First
long.
game of the third set.
Very well played there. Nice blitz there by Banchila again, but great hands up there by Bakker and McNerney. So going with the backward hat, that's Graham McNerney. And Bakker with the forward hat on the deuce side on this near court. Be interesting to see how Banchila and Burris play at the net, if they're going to be looking to play one player or another in the backcourt. Great shot.
Another great shot.
I think Burris could have taken another step there and possibly let that ball come down a little bit long, or rush that one a little bit. 40-30, I believe.
Some updates here, and we have some thrillers going on in some of these other round of 16 matches at other sites, and I think we have several matches that are in the third set. Broderick and Palmer, no surprise, are through to the quarterfinals, and they will play again at 5 o'clock.
All right. That was a great shot. We're back to deuce now. You see Burris surprised. Banchila's been cutting off volleys. He lets one go through, and Burris was not ready for it. It hit him in the foot. No switch yet. Quick switch. Yes, so we have in the third set, also Bobitsky and Granjero against Monfili and Van Kranefitter. We had said that was going to be a close one, a pick-em match, and a possible upset watch. And also in the third set is Estes and Lefebvre against Falatek and Nidek, and that was another one that was an upset watch match, and they're both coming to fruition in tight 3-setters. We'll see how they end up.
for those of you not familiar with McNerney, he's known as the stat guy on the tour. He is a huge fan of the live streaming, provides the APTA with really interesting insights based on the data that he gathers from the live stream match.
Yes, he does. Some amazing stats. All right, so we're in the first game of the third set. It's deuce here. Burris is serving. Great lob there. Good look at the blitz. Didn't get there in time.
Brad, we talk about how Mark Powers looks so relaxed. Peter Burka looks like one step away from sitting on a lounge chair out here.
Yeah, he's got a style that actually is unnerving for some players because he plays so loose, you know, and he pushes the ball at you, then he rolls it, then he puts it with a little more speed, dinks and blitzes. Really doesn't ever blast the ball, but he keeps it going forever. And what he really does is probe until he gets you to find a spot where he could possibly blitz on. He rarely drives it through the middle of you. Something like that. Coming in, looking for the blitz. All right, that's the move he's going to make. And even by moving forward and faking the blitz, sometimes you get a harder overhead from your opponents, and that's what we ended up with that time in a screen drive there for McNerney. Now it's add point here for McNerney. Nice dip and blitz, and they take the break in the first game, and that was a 40-love game there for Burris, and they lost that one. Those can come back to haunt you or affect you mentally. We'll see how it works out. So it's 1-0 for Bakker McNerney in the third set.
We are at Huntington Country Club, Huntington, Long Island. This is the Grand Prix, third stop on the tour. And that's Lisa Rudloff, our host pro here at Huntington, up in the umpire's chair. You can't hear her keeping the score, Brad, so we're going to lean on you a little bit here to keep the score updated for us. That's Peter Burka to serve.
Burka staying back, not even electing to come in. They want to play from the backcourt. Hit that drive. I don't think it was high enough. It is love 15. Watching this match, Ray, would you think this pace favors one team or another?
Ooh,
called wide.
I couldn't see that. I actually think this favors
.30?
Burka and McNerney. Peter's going to stay out there all day. He's a warrior. He's been doing this forever.
That's so well done there.
Great pressure by Alex there.
Yeah, not with pace. He dips the ball low, moves in, gets the high volley, and pushes it behind.
Like you said, Burka's not going to overpower you, but he'll stay out there all day. He's one of the smartest players we've ever had on tour.
15-40. First missed point there. First missed break point there by Burris, netting that return.
Brad, who are you picking in the 16s match? Estes Lefevre.
You know, I'm going to stick with my original pick, which was Faltech Nidek.
You know what, Brad? They lost.
Thanks. I think you set me up for that there, Maddie. Well done.
No, I didn't mean to set you up, Brad.
I don't know.
Third set.
So that's the result there. Estes Lefevre on to the quarterfinals
Estes
against Broderick Palmer.
Is such a veteran player. He's so strong.
All right, so there's a break back. It's 1 game all. What was that there?
Brad, I didn't realize you made that pick. I apologize.
Brad and I were actually talking about that earlier, and the only thing we were questioning was how much Estes has played. I don't know if he's played at all. I think he played Chicago, but he played with Casey Vance. So I think this is the first time this year he's been on court with Nathan. So good win for them.
15.
Yeah, great win. Yeah, it's one of those upset watch matches.
Now they
love 15. Good reach. Ernie, great pace.
Great pace.
They're watching the blitz. It is love 30.
Love 30.
Love 40. High spot. Gets him to hit a 4-5.
Love 40.
Drive. Electing to stay back. This just wide called. Confirmed by the umpire. It is another break of serve. 3 breaks to start this third set.
Third set.
Looks a little bit of a lackadaisical service theme there. And I can't tell body language wise, you seem like the Nerdy and Bakker getting more fired up right now than, Benchill and Burris.
Yeah, because it was in my way.
Brad, one more quick shout out to Duane Hayden, who's done an incredible job here over the years for LIPTA and for the APTA, and he is our tournament chair and running the show from inside, and we are so appreciative of his ongoing efforts.
Yeah, I've had the good fortune to know Duane for many, many years, and it's not called the Duane Hayden Invitational for nothing. He's done incredible volunteer work on Long Island for Long Island Paddle for years. McNerney to serve up 2-1 in the third set. Serve called out. Love 15.
Love 15.
Sure what Burroughs was doing there. He got a little
15 all.
Little stuck. 15 all. Ben Sheila loves that screen drive more than he loves the deck drive.
15-30.
He holds that forehand so well.
Bakker turned his body there. He should have stayed square to it. 15-30.
Interesting. They switch, put Alex in the backhand.
Yeah, that gets Burroughs' forehand into the middle. And he's got his backhand in the middle. And he's got a great backhand. Great get there by Alex Benchila. Cutter. So I think it's a good play for them, actually, then. It's something they've been working on some, switching in the backcourt.
I think Broderick and Palmer have had a little bit of success with that strategy. Drew's always loved playing as a lefty over in that ad court. Ray, you were a longtime deuce court player, right?
Can't stand the ad. Could not get out of there fast enough.
30 all.
All right, 30 all. High ball missed there by Burris.
There it is
That's
again.
A great rip. Watching for Bakker and McNerney. Hughes court for the blitz. That's what their play is going to be. Deep lobs with blitzes. It's going to be more of that than actually thumping the ball through the middle. tries a probing drive. Don't want to miss that.
30-40.
All right, 30-40. McNerney serving to Burris. Cannot miss those breakpoint returns, especially with a probing shot like that.
Deuce.
Deuce. And Jill is just crushing those returns. Seamer, good dig. That's a great call there by Banchila, calling out the blitz. And you see that's 3 blitzes in a row, actually. Bakker.
And he called it out to his partner, Burris, Brad, so that he could
adjust his overhead and hit it down versus pop it up in a high floater type of overhead that players often use to get back into the net. That's why it's an effective play for the backcourt team. You catch people trying to push the ball deep, you take it out of the air. High lob with the blitz behind it. Definitely one of the plays that all advanced teams should learn.
Last match we had a lefty-righty combination, and we had John Hughes kind of yielding away on a lot of the overheads to Mark Powers, who was the righty. Where here it seems like in this match it's kind of equal opportunity. And Jill and Burris both are taking the shots, and it just depends what their strategy is, where they want to put that ball on the baseline.
All right, great ball there.
Great shot.
Low.
Advantage, McNerney.
All right, so now it's game point for a 3-1 lead for McNerney. Oh, great hands.
Oh, wow.
How did he not get hit?
Deuce.
Alex is one of the best in the game at those. It's Deuce at the blitz move. Great hands up there. Let's see Doria going up the stairs there, the screen to the left. So we'll see if we can get a point on the Doria Regan match against Serena Vidal. They had split sets. We don't know how that one ended up. Blitz there from Burris. Well done. Nice hands.
Who'd you pick in that match, Brad?
I took her Doria Regan in
Okay.
that one. Patty, you set me up again?
No.
Before you can set me up on this one, I took Banchila Burris here. See what happens.
Advantage, McNerney.
All right. Another point for a 3-1 lead in the third. Great return there. Great volley. Sneaking in to try and get the high ball, misses that ball behind him.
Bakker, McNerney, they lead 3-1, third set.
And there it is, 3-1 lead. Burris to serve. Love 15.
casual with that one.
Yeah, it just seems like McNerney and Bakker are more focused and pumped up almost.
They feel like they're much more intense right here. Brad, I'm so proud of you. You appear to have nailed the score on that match with Regan and Erdoya. Evidently, the scores were 6-7, 7-5, 6-3. And they advanced to the quarterfinals.
Yep, they're going to advance against Ryan Morneau.
Little tricky net court there.
15-all.
Graham couldn't get out of the way.
There's the blitz we're always looking for. Great cover there by McNerney.
Peter Burke.
Pointing directions.
It's good. It's good to provide that information to your partner.
Absolutely. 15-30. 2 loose overheads by Banchil in this game.
It's a monster game right here.
Wow, that's a great one-time return.
15-40.
Double break point.
15-40?
15-40 it is.
An ill-advised move.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Burke can get the ball low, but I'm not sure I'd blitz behind his return all the time unless it's a design play. But the blitz is an effective. Oh,
Yep, McNerney's going to take a little breather here.
Yeah, I think he caught that one in a sensitive area.
Sensitive area?
Sensitive area.
As it will, but he's going to walk it off here.
So Erdoya and Regan. Who's their next match, Brad? Do a quick recap here of what's ahead.
Ryan Morneau.
Okay, and that's one quarter. We've got Hughes and Powers playing the winner of this match.
The winner of this match here that's live stream.
Right. Foster and Bredberg.
Foster and Bredberg, assuming they moved on. We don't have a score yet against Anderson and Rose now. Against the winner of Bobitsky and Grangero against Bonfili and Farron Cranefitter, which was in the third set.
Okay, and then in the top part of the draw, we have
Broderick Palmer against Estes and Fever. So the draw is taking shape, and our quarterfinal action will start at 3 o'clock, actually.
I think that Burke and McNerney might have a discussion about when you move at the net and when you don't.
So our quarterfinal action will start much later than 3 o'clock.
The quarterfinals, we will go on the air following the completion of this match.
Deuce.
That's back to Deuce there now. It's a loose, low drive there, I think, from McNerney. Great blitz.
Perfect pace.
Yep.
Peter.
The Dinkin blitz,
Yep.
the Lobbin blitz. That is a Burke move. He's excellent at it. Burke saw him a little off the net. Another great blitz. Good hands there by Banchila.
He never wows you with style, but kills you with substance. Just such a smart player.
All right, break point again here for Burke and McNerney. So you're seeing a lot from Burke and McNerney switching in the backcourt too. Great hands again. She was such a good volleyer. Burke is in again. Good deep lob. Smart lob volley with the attack. Great volley there by Bush.
both teams really slowing down the pace of play here.
It's just going to be
almost to a
battle.
stall because this is such a critical point. No one wants to make an error right now.
Yeah, neither team really has a finishing overhead, or you don't see them going to a lot of attacking. They're just waiting it out, looking for an opportunity to do something a little more. And Bakker and McNerney really just looking for an opportunity to throw up that good lob and get a sneaky blitz in there, or a sneaky dink and attack. McNerney will hit the ball, but you know, Bakker's definitely just going to move him around, keep working him. That's a good attack, blitz.
Great hands everywhere.
Burris misses it wide.
How good was that?
Great point. But
Dan
that's the
Bakker,
exact
McNerney,
point
They lead 4-1, third
that
set.
we're going to keep seeing over and over again. And right now, there's got to be an answer. It's 4-1 now for Bakker and McNerney in the third set, and they're just using the lob, dink blitz or attack blitz. And in that case there, they caught Van Sheila moving forward looking for the dink. Quick lob up. It's an uncontrolled overhead down, and then McNerney gets the drive and follows it up with a blitz and finishes it out. And these are these matches that are just all in the balance. Right now, Burris and Van Sheila are going to have to find an answer for this stuff.
Peter Bakker serving, 4-1, third set.
Oh, he's trying to take his paddle back, and he
Love 15.
made contact with the ball. Great shot there. Van Sheila's been returning very well, taking the ball early.
Brad, does Bakker have one of the higher tosses of any of the players that we've seen?
He throws it up pretty high and basically just puts it in the box, you know, and it's returnable. Sometimes he comes in, sometimes he stays back. I haven't seen Burris feel comfortable really attacking a return yet. He seems to be just putting them back in play.
30.
But it's 30 love, so it's a good start here for Van Sheila Burris, trying to get another movement here in this
Sometimes
third
with
set.
that high toss, it almost
30.
throws off the timing a little bit of the guy hitting the returns.
It's a very high toss. Called long, pushes the volley.
15-40.
No need to go for too much. They're not killing him at the backcourt. Double break point here. Good pressure by Van
Dane
Sheila,
Burris,
forces the
Van Sheila.
volley error.
Bakker, McNerney lead
Way
4-2.
too fast a game right there
Final
for
set.
Peter Bakker on the serving side.
Yep. All right, 2-4. So here you see Bakker in the do side returning, and McNerney in the ad side. They'll switch points. They'll switch sides in the middle of the points. The backcourt. It's going to get driven. Nice hands.
So Bakker out of that ad court, it looks like he's real content to wait for an opportunity to try to set up Graham right now. right, Brad? He just doesn't look for many offensive opportunities.
No, like we've been discussing, the offensive opportunity he's looking for is a ball that lands a little short that he can dig and blitz on, or there's the blitz, you know.
But he just doesn't explode on shots like we've seen with a lot of the other players.
15 love.
He does not unload on the ball. He just keeps cutting you. You know, it's like little cuts. It's death by little cuts. And he moves you up, he moves you back. He pushes you around, then he dinks and blitzes. Then he lobs 15 balls in a row. And you just keep getting cut to death. And and he can lull you into making a mental error or getting caught off the net while he sneaks in and puts one away.
love.
And he's willing to stay out there and hit 1,000 balls, which will drive you crazy.
30 love here now for Ben Shield. This will be a huge to get back to 3-4 here in this third set. Good leave. Burst is a big target. He's tall, probably 6'3". Got to make sure you stay down. Don't get hit. Oh, what a great dig! But
you knew a drop shot was coming. Yep.
Can't believe he got that.
Just like we talked about, Burris is a big target. It's going to have to stay down. Got him kind of high towards the head. Great drive, 40-30. That's a mistake. Good hit there. Blitz coming. Burris and the opposite partner has to make sure they call out the blitzer. That's the way to sneak in there. Take a ball early by McNerney. Thunder shots, died of probing drives. I'm looking for lob and blitz opportunities. Completely different style than last match we live streamed. There by Burris to cut that one off. Bakker hitting the lob, sneaking inside the baseline, going back when he doesn't get the ball he wants. Think up over 100 balls?
I think so.
Ray, I might put you on clock duty on some of these points here. See how long this one is. It's at least 3 minutes. Probably much longer, actually. Right in the back of the line. And then the quick miss. That is a perfect Bakker McNerney point. Back to deuce after having game points there for Banchila and Burris. I think I'd like to see that a little bit from Banchila and Burris. Maybe a little variance, some rollers, some different shots. They're letting, Burke and McNerney play the pace they want to play. Now they're not out of the match by any means. Oh, that's going to be too high a drop. Good get.
Brad, do you think the fact that they play so casual and so slow can actually hurt them sometimes?
That's a good question. I think, yeah. I think the answer would be yes, it can, of course. Because there are times to ramp it up to different speeds.
Yeah, there's very little variation in their overheads. Everything's the same speed, not a lot of spins. In the previous match, we saw Mark Powers, every single overhead was different. Every spin,
right.
You never hit the same overhead twice in a row.
Changing heights, speeds, spins,
keeping you awake.
Angles.
I mean, you can almost settle in and fall asleep here.
Yeah. No, we're doing another point here. We're going to repeat. Maybe another 100-ball point.
Especially against Bakker, who's, he's not going to fall for any of that.
Well, I think to Brad's point, what he's been saying all day is that, the top teams have that variety on the overheads. And they have the shots that can kill and the spins that, could get a nick or just a spin that opens up the court.
There's that great blitz again, the lob blitz.
And
there
these players don't have that.
Right,
That's maybe the difference here.
Multiple game points to, this could be a tough backbreaker if they lose this game. It's never over, but.
Wow. Just when you think that you could get a lob over them, just kind of left out.
5-2 here for Bakker McNerney, clawing their way back into this game. Yeah, it's exactly like you said. The difference is that's actually one of the things. Right now the points are at such a premium, and they are, so valued. Only people who really own the spins are going to go for it at this point. So you see the real, like Juan Araya, if he were out here, he'd still be cutting, spinning, cutting drops, putting that ball in there. It wouldn't matter what the score is.
Huge
He's
variety in overheads.
30, 40, love 40, it won't matter. Here you see it all settling into, well, I don't own that completely, so I'm not going to hit it at all. And I guarantee you that either one of these guys can hit a cut shot, drop shot winner. They can in practice or whatever, but the real key to the guys who own the spin and who own those shots are the guys who do it at all times, all the time.
On demand, regardless of the pressure of the situation.
And that's one of the separating characteristics between the better teams for sure. That's a great drop look. Great call, just out. Huge. All right, deuce.
Deuce.
Burris and Banchila. Burris giving him a little sign as to where we're on some serve and where he might be moving. I think he's actually just telling whether he's staying or poaching.
Yeah.
High lob, blitz look. That's smart. And the warm weather definitely helps that team look in the blitz because you can hit it behind them, but it's so easy to get it off the back screen. So it's a really much more effective blitzing day because it's hard to get the ball behind the ball where the other player can't dig it out.
Great touch.
Nice shot there. He held that one a little, placed it behind him. Actual slight variance instead of a dump down the middle. Great shot.
Advantage Banchila.
Surprise McNerney.
He definitely looked a little flat-footed on that one. Now, as the stats for the ATTA, do you think McNerney's actually taking stats as he's playing the match? No, it's amazing what he does. He'll actually watch the live streams of these matches and he'll compile a lot of the stats that are so interesting. That.
Yeah.
No change.
There you go.
At least. There you go. Good high lob, Bakker. Goes to the forehand volley. Does not stay tight with the backhand volley position there. Gets him to miss. That's what those long pulls do. They lull you.
Burrs has volleyed that ball 112 times in this match, and it was the first time Bakker just decided to take a shot.
All right, another point for 5-2 for Bakker McNerney. Sheila staying back. Great spot drive. Another good spot drive.
A chicken wing volley over to his right hip.
Deuce.
So, Brad, when you say spot the drive, it means instead of just hitting right at the guy in the ready position where he's most comfortable on a backhand volley, you try to move it over
towards the hips, to the inside. You never want to hit too far around him, as we talked about before, because you don't want to miss hitting it wide, but make the guy move the paddle to the inside as stuff is following the game.
Wow, I thought that serve was going out. So, Brad, in the Boston Bredberg Anderson Rosenow match, who'd you pick?
You know, I had Boston Bredberg over Anderson Rosenow in 3 sets, 6-3, 3-6, 6-3. What was the score, Patty?
Brad, this is incredible. I always knew you had some psychic abilities. It was 6-3, 3-6, 6-3.
See, that's
nicely
amazing.
done.
Actually, Blake Anderson and Rosenow. Blake Anderson, definitely up-and-coming player, great player from New Jersey.
Assistant pro at Short Hills Club?
Yep, teaching professional.
He's had some good success this year, and he's really coming into his own. He's a former junior national champ.
Yep, we were talking about that before, about Axiom and Joe Quintillion. And he was a great junior player, and now he's becoming a great player on the men's tour.
And he is co-chair of the junior ranking committee now, Brad. He, along with Craig Morgan, who is in the draw as well today. They're handling all the ranking points for all the APTA Junior Tour events. Speaking of that, Brad and Ray, we're up in Boston today. We have our first Junior Tour event ever in the Boston area, thanks to Evan Ambrose, with a nice assist from Johan Durant. So Johan's not here, but he helped put that event together with Evan Ambrose.
Still working in the paddle community, that's great. And that Boston area has been exploding, with paddle, so that's great.
Okay. Brad, in the Marco Grangiro, the Babitsky match, who'd you pick?
I took Babitsky and Grangiro, but I called it as a tight 3-setter, and I saw that as a very possible upset. So what do we have there, Patty?
Brad, 3 sets. Close match 6-2, 2-6, 6-3.
4?
Grangiro.
And Babitsky. How about that?
And who's their team? Who's their next match, Brad?
That's going to be it's Boston Bredberg's going to face off against Babitsky and Grangiro. 4 players that know each other very well. All of them are teaching pros in the Fairfield County area.
So our quarterfinals are all set.
Absolutely. They are all set now except for this match here. So this team will move on to the quarters, the other team to the 16 reprieve. All right, we're probably approaching the 100 ball marker again here. Ernie and Bakker staying out there, blitzing less now. They're actually now just comfortable just lobbing. But eventually they're going to look for that ball to take in there. And I feel like the longer this point goes, the more you might catch bursts in a forehand volley or a little something like that. They're going to have to maintain discipline. Great lob, good get. There's the blitz again.
Funny little off-speed shot. You don't see much against just one screen.
At least it's a change. It doesn't upset Bakker at all because he's only going to play the ball he wants to play. There we go.
Right, he won't
I'd like
take
to see
the
some
bait.
more.
Bakker won't take the bait even though it's a short one screen. He's going to lob anyway.
Yep. But I'd love to see them start doing that, hitting for that crease a little bit. Other than we talked about variety of overheads and changing, hitting the crease, being able to create some more movement in the backcourt team, because I feel like the backcourt team's creating more movement in the net team, pushing it back, looking for the blitz. Is it just staying mentally strong out here, Patty? I mean, you just win the grinds?
I think it does come down to the grind, and you have to have a willingness mentally to just start a point in a weird way and put 200 balls in play.
Right.
Like some teams will just have that discipline, and if they don't get the ideal moment in an offensive shot, they're content to throw up another lob. Some people love that style, some people don't like that style, and I think you always say, a team has to go with their strengths and take away the weapons from the other team.
Right.
And they're hitting such benign shots to each other that it doesn't look like anyone has weapons.
Oh, yeah. They just don't want to hit the shot that they're going to miss. So every drive is a three-quarter drive. It's not a heavy, big ball. They're not trying to play a ton of transition paddle. They're just waiting for a little bit of a blitz opportunity to come in and try to finish.
There's a nick.
Nick, that's it. They can get a few more of those. That'll be huge.
Bakker did a great job, kept his paddle low, and came out with that ball from the corner. No big deal. Great things about it. The thing about these really long points is you could go in the other room, hydrate, come back. The point's still going on.
It's a long point. There's the blitz look. Behind them and back easily. Again, the warm weather making that easier to do. But we talk about the weather in paddle these days, but it really hasn't been a cold, really cold tournament in a little while now. Philly sometimes comes in that way a little bit later in the season.
Yep, those February start dates.
Yep. Like it. He's going to take that. Nice. Oh!
Ugh.
Ray, did you call it the miss on the 147th ball?
It was a lot more than
perfect.
147 too. I lost count around 300.
Advantage Ben Sheila.
That's just a tough way to lose the point.
Yeah, but it's good. The point sped up at that one time to make the volley. All right. Oh!
That's a killer.
And just as quickly as that, you see
Game.
Burris put his hands over there like he won Wimbledon, you know, and the national championship. He's like, thank
the
goodness.
Lord.
So Banchila holds in one of the longest games we've seen all day today, and they're down just 3-4 here in this third set match.
Yeah, you know, I've played those points too, Patty, and they can be long. I played 1 point, and the team next to us played 5 games. That's how sometimes they can go.
So McNerney serving.
All right, they have the score wrong there.
Yes, it's 4-3.
4-3 for Bakker and McNerney. Banchila and Burris held that last game, so it is not 5-2. We'll get that corrected for you in a minute.
And we talk all the time, Brad and Ray, about spotting your drives. And in that game, after that really long point, McNerney finally unloaded on one. Unfortunately, he went to Alex's favored side as a lefty. And
Oh, that's a good ball. He's
you
going
know,
to have
Alex
to dig. Great
was just
dig
ready
there
for
by
it.
Banchila.
then he followed it up with just a little unforced error there. And those are the little things that make a difference in matches that are really tight.
They sure do.
Shout out to Lipta again for hosting this amazing annual event out here on Long Island, and they're so happy to have this as the third stop on the APTA Grand Prix Tour. Lipta was established in 1976, not 1796, 1976. Now Lipta has over 1,000 members, 15 member clubs. Men's League has 58 teams playing weekly matches, October through March.
Great shot into the crease there. First can't catch up to it. Good first
15
point.
left.
I believe the Nationals is coming back here soon too, isn't it, Patty?
Possibly 2022.
2022.
Little birdie just told me, and they've hosted 3 prior APTA national championships, along with many mixed national
15
events.
left.
I heard today too they are going to do some construction on the hut here. By construction, I mean tear it down and build a new one.
Got a shout out from our buddy Dave Chelson up in Maine, where he appreciated the long points because it did give him an opportunity to get a Narragansett beer, I think.
Maybe even 2.
There's Banchila with a quick move. Good lob, and then moves in for an attacking drive.
Nice
Get going for
reward
that.
on that.
Too good a spot.
Yep.
30 love.
30 love. That's the way to move forward there by Banchila. Well done. Early return, right in.
30,
Good roller
15.
right at the body. 35. That's so good again. Banchila doing good movement
30 all.
work up there.
I like it. He's kind of forcing it. A lot of pressure from the baseline deuce court.
He's hitting strong returns and great spots and following him up with the blitzes. Seen a lot of damage done with the blitz in this match.
Almost got
That's
him
one
there.
to watch out for. I think catching the Burris in the forehand volley flip is one of the areas they may get some points.
Kind of fun to see the crowd in the background here. Long Island as real knowledgeable, longtime fans of platform tennis.
Oh, Bakker takes the drive, but not ready for the quick volley behind. Great shot there by Burris. Be huge to get the break to go 4-all, being down 4-1.
I feel like McNerney needs a little energy right now. I feel like he's been a little flat.
Now, Burris
This
has not been
serving game.
going for the big return. He's been just putting it in play. Yep. Great hands.
There we go. A little change up overhead from Peter Bakker.
Oh,
It's the first roll sort of shot he's hit all match, I think.
good roll.
Maybe the
Burris
second.
didn't keep moving up the line for that ball. It was big.
So we're at deuce.
Yep.
Love that movement from Burris right there. He is
Yep.
so smooth.
And then 2 screen errors into that backhand screen.
Advantage
Good
McNerney.
shots.
Wide.
Serves called wide, confirmed by the
It
umpire.
wasn't so, but it was
Really close right up that
Yep.
middle.
Deuce. Three lob errors.
Advantage McNerney.
All of a sudden, Burris here.
He's gonna have to.
Maybe he's getting hungry.
Could be great return that time. Easy power there you could see from Burris. He barely takes a swing and he gets over that ball. He can actually thump it pretty good. He's definitely not feeling confident, we'll say, you know, to really take a crack at it.
It's a really good point. Got to feel confident to hit the shots. You can have every weapon, but if you don't have the confidence in given what the score is, it's tough.
So forcing a little there. You see them switch in the
Advantage
backcourt, probably
McNerney.
to alleviate some of those backhand screens from Burris that he missed in the points before. Forced it a little bit there. Another game point for McNerney. That's going to be tough to track down. 2 great returns.
Deuce.
Great shot. One time the backhand return.
Advantage McNerney.
Great serve there. Took
Yep.
away that backhand return.
Wow,
Great move
tricky
over
move
that time
there.
from Alex. Great shot up the line from Bakker.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my.
And how about that? Great transition ball for
how
5-3 lead.
frustrating.
McNerney, they lead 5-3.
That's what it takes to win a
Final
point
set.
around here.
All the credit to Bakker to run that shot down. John Milbank says you don't get those leg cords unless you drive the ball.
That's right. You earn them. All right, now serving to stay in the match is Burris. Called out.
Love 15.
Two faults in a row. Love 30.
Love 30.
Great hands.
Wow.
Bakker didn't even see that one. He was like, whoa.
15-30.
Great shot. Great play off the screen by Burris, too. I think that is one of my favorite shots in the game, is watching Van Sheila hit that swinging backhand volley. He's
30 all.
the only guy I've ever seen who can do it.
He just
30
hit a
all. 2 great points there from Burris and Van Sheila to get back to 30 all.
great slash overhead there. Alex just let that ball drop. There it is again.
Wow, good dig. Get the crease, missed it. Wow, what hands by both McNerney and Banchila. High risk. Went for it. Puts it to the top of the net.
40-30.
40-30.
Gutsy time to try that.
Yeah.
It's a huge hole.
Oh, that was a huge hole. 2 faults, then 2
Game versus
really
Banchila.
good dynamic
Bakker
points from
McNerney lead
Banchila and Burris.
5-4 final set.
So we are getting ready for back-to-back quarterfinal matches following the completion of this match, which I think will be completed sometime fairly soon.
Well, you know, this could go another 20 minutes. Could go
20 minutes
right now. So it's this game, do or die. What are you calling here, Ray? You calling a hold, or you think Banchila and Burris will break through here?
I think we're gonna get a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Take
we're,
it the
I think
distance?
this is a tiebreaker.
Feels like it. They've had good success on Barker's return. He hasn't been able to get in. They beat him quickly in the last game he served. We'll see.
That's a good serve.
Yep, hit that one heavier. Banchila's going to come after him. The advantage is his in that move.
And Banchila has
Oh,
totally
so
upped
well
his game.
done.
The last 2 games, Banchila has going after it.
Yep.
He has that talent. Sometimes it's like Ray said before, that be a little passive sometimes. Big ball at the body there by Burris.
And
Love 30.
I like that power right at Burka there.
Yep. I think a little confusion also from McNerney and Burke as to who was taking what ball. They seemed a little out of sorts up there, not calm at the net. Banchila is taking that return and moving forward and getting it down, and Burke is popping it up. Another put away. All right, love 40. Body.
Yeah, Banchila is feeling it here.
Well, he's doing a great job putting the ball low and then moving into the middle of the court. And when he gets in there transitionally, he's the best player on the court. Great blitz by Burris.
Wow.
And that's the danger ball for
Game
Burris. He
Burris,
can cut that
Banchila,
off when he starts
5-all.
feeling
Final
confident.
set.
Ray, good call, 5-all.
I just felt like 3 games ago with Burke and McNerney up that all of a sudden they'd lost a little energy, and to Alex's credit, he's energized
Yo, he's playing
his team
great.
big time here.
You know what it was? It was that game at 4-2 to go up 5-2, and they put a lot of energy into it. They didn't get it.
And I love the play by Burke now, saying, hey, Alex, you're not the only one who can do this.
Great job defending it there, though. Look at Alex move to the middle there, looking for that attacking ball.
Brad, will this match finish before it's dark?
It's kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I think it will.
Okay.
Great blitz there by Burris. That's a good blitz. The difference there is that dynamic finish that Banchila has. He stays up there and finishes the point. Burris takes a nice volley, but then they redirect away from me, and he doesn't finish it. Wow. What a great lob. There's the fist pump. A little more energy you can see in there. We were talking a while before, Ray. A little lack of energy, we thought, from Burris and Banchila. You can see a little fist pump there.
I like it. They definitely have the momentum.
See another match getting ready to warm up and go on over there. The court to the right of your screen. Ooh.
It's 2 in a row.
Great touch. That was wide, I think. Nope. Called in. Just waiting for that was Ben Sheila.
Yep.
He has upped his game here at the
30
end.
love.
30 love. Smart play. Stood in. Oh, that's great drop shot hold by Burris. Set that up. 40 love.
Total momentum swing here.
Right now, for sure. And you notice as the play's gotten a little faster here, who's doing better? Right? It's Burris and Banchila. Oh, it's in.
Alex has definitely stepped
for
up
sure.
his game. Sven too. He's hit a couple of nice shots in the last couple of games.
They're playing much more dynamic. They
Yep.
want to give that back.
40-15.
Cat and mouse won by Benjila.
You don't really want to play cat and mouse with Banchila that often. He's one of the best at that. We see on the court to the right now, warming up is Erdoya Regan and Orion Morneau. That match will be starting soon. We're going to be having continuous live streaming here through the quarterfinals here at the Huntington Country Club at the Duane Hayden Invitational. So Ray, you called it well last time. You called the break. What are you calling here?
We're going to a tiebreaker.
All right. McNerney certainly has had more success serving than Bakker. They've been teeing up the returns on Peter Bakker a little bit more.
It'll be interesting to see if they do get to a tiebreaker and when Bakker has to serve, whether he stays back or not. Because he's gotten walloped in his last 2 service games.
Yep. I tell you, Banchila played those very well, moving
Yep.
forward and attacking.
Oh, that's a shot.
That is the shot he likes. Tried to
15
spot it
left.
a little. It wasn't going for too much. He wouldn't go
Right.
for the outside of the line. Just put it in the net.
Like you said, though, that first point is so huge.
They're working Banchila. Burris in the corner. Really trying that nick. They've hit it 3 times now. See Banchila trying to get involved. Get
30
good
love.
positive energy after that miss. 30 love. Oh, right
Got
in
it.
there.
You can just see Benchila wants every shot now.
Oh, he's feeling it right now. He's doing very well. Too good. Well
Was.
held. He
Very
caught
smart.
Burris first with a little
40
hold
love.
and moved him in there. 40 love. Ray, since you've been the master of predictions, what do you see in our
Game breaking
tiebreaker? Give us the score and the winner.
6-all.
I'm going to take Banchia and Burris 7-5.
All right, Burris to serve, the first point of the tiebreaker. Great rip through the middle, nice dig. It was in. They had some confusion.
It was in. I think McNerney was hoping the call was going out. Peter played it.
I actually think McNerney was saying go, go,
Go,
go.
go.
And
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
Burka thought he was saying out.
Oh, okay.
Because he just stopped Burka.
I
He
stopped
easily
too,
could have had
Brad.
that ball, and he hesitated for a moment.
Yep.
But I can't confirm that, but that's how I see it.
So it's 0-1. Chilla, Burris, up. Tiebreaker.
All right, 1-0.
Third set.
That's a great first
1-0,
point there.
Burris
To
Banchila.
advance into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, they
He's
changed it up a little bit.
Money
give it a different
on
look.
that serve return.
Yep.
They deny formations. 1-all now. First return, Benchila has missed against the Burger serve in a while.
Great first volley.
Yeah, well, they got into the points. That's what they were struggling with before. That's huge. Oh, that is out. Caught him.
Well, flat-footed, didn't keep his feet moving there.
2-1, Burka McNerney.
So
I think
Banchila
that's
serves
huge that they got no
1-2.
points off of Burka there. That's
Yeah,
huge.
That is huge.
1-2. Burka McNerney.
That hit him.
It hit him in the chest on the leg cord. 3-1 for Burka McNerney.
3-1, Burka McNerney.
Well, it's fitting that we're in a tiebreaker here. Oh, great move. He set that up,
Yep.
and he actually
3-2,
baited Burka into that.
Burka
The
McNerney.
cross-court lob, you could see it. Burka moving to the side. He moved right up the wire for the attack. That was well done, but I can't believe Burka fell for that one. I think he's regretting not pushing that one down the middle.
You could see Peter put his hands up like, why would you put it there?
Yeah, I've been there. That was a big point there for Banchila Burris.
Wow.
Well, that took a funny spin. Great volley there by Burka. He got flat-footed again, right in the body.
You can't
Four-
do that in the third set
4-2,
tiebreaker.
Burka McNerney.
4-2. Great serve there. 5-2.
5-2, Burka McNerney.
That's a good cutter.
Really good
Great
cutter.
effort. Love that shot from Banchila. Out of pressure moment,
5-3,
5-3.
Burka McNerney.
That amazing swinging volley, followed by an incredible drop.
Just
Combination of volleys there from Banchila.
Perfectly done. 5-4. Well, Ray, if you
5-4.
are the master
Burka
of
McNerney.
predictions, Banchila and Burris are going to run out these 2 points against Burka and serve it up. So we'll see.
Wow.
We'll see. Let's see if Burke and McNerney go eye here. Yep.
They are. It was a smart play last time, and he served him deep into the body on Banchila. All right, taking a moment. It's a good idea. Think about, make sure you have your strategy set, what you want to do with this serve and return. Serving and staying back. Smart play.
I think you missed it.
Oh, my
Stay
Lord.
wide.
6-4.
6-4. This
That
is
is
it.
shocking.
Match point. Wow, what a return at a pressure moment from Burris.
6-5. Bakker McNerney.
6-5. Huge return
Missile from
by
Bakker.
Bakker.
What a time to hit that, huh?
So Burke and McNerney come out big time here in this third set tiebreaker. They win this match 6-7, 6-4, 7-6.
And it's 7-5 in the tiebreaker. You had the score right, Ray, but
Just
the
the-
wrong team.
So we're going to wrap it up. We will be right back in a few minutes to join in some amazing quarterfinal action up in a few minutes. We'll be right back on the APTA Network, presented by UNet Live.
You have to have a passion for taking care of the customer, and you have to do your job as if your last name was Duane.
For my business, everything's go, 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 and the customer service alone is one of the most valuable things for us. We can call and the phone's picked up immediately. We never have to wait in a queue.
The phones don't ring at least half the time because they go directly into the headsets of our customer service representatives because they know we're waiting for it, and it can be a very fast transaction for them.
Order placed by 6 o'clock p.m., order ships out, customer gets that product more often than not in one business day.
Not only are those orders going out the door quickly, but accurately.
We live and breathe reliability.
But we really do care of a product's returned. We do care if it's not working right. We try to do it better every day.
Every single person looks at customer comments. I mean, that's where we learn.
Come to Uline because service has always been much, much better here. I always feel like you're treated like you're appreciated, you know.
We do it well. We do it real well.
Once a customer gets used to that, why would you want to leave? We treat you well.